time. And you know me and my bros on the same time. No brakes, green light. No brakes, I got the green light. When you hit the horns, know it's game time. And you know me and my bros on the same time. No brakes, green light. No brakes, I got the green. We gon' tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, yeah. We ain't going out, we ain't going into town, no. Money ain't the mission, no, we coming for the crown, yeah, we coming for the crown. If we going out, then we going out loud, eh. Putting on the show, young man, take a bow, eh. Even under pressure, they ain't never had doubt. But if we gon' do it, gotta do it right now.
Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy NYG Double Deuce. We are back for another edition of Giants Conversations. Welcome here on this Sunday morning. We are busy as ever, as so much sports is going on right now, particularly with the NFL and the New York Giants, as we are knee deep in training camp going on. Early this morning for the New York Giants, a little bit of a light practice, so we'll go over that. We're going to talk a little bit about the Hard Knocks finale. The series did wrap up last Tuesday night, so I want to talk a little bit about that. I want to talk a little bit about John Mara. John Mara did speak to the media, so I'm going to go over some of his comments and thoughts, as well as, this wide receiver group getting a lot of hype right now, getting a lot of talk. Jalen Hyatt was able to speak on that as well. So want to hear from what Jalen Hyatt has to say. And, of course, your thoughts, your comments, your opinions, your unpopular opinions. This is your show as well as mine. We are a group. We are the Big Blue Crew. So please tap in. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit the notification bell so you know when I'm dropping all new Giants conversations and all new content. Got a couple new series that I've been rolling out, so definitely go check those out, man. But what's good with y'all, man? Talk to me, man. What's good with the people, man? How y'all doing on this Sunday morning? Nimar, what's good? Says, what up, NYG22? What's up to you too, brother? Hope all is well, man. Appreciate you tapping in. Jay Farees, man, appreciate you, bro. Says, yeah, boys. What's good with you, man? Appreciate you tapping in, bro. Do we resign Julius Randle? As far as the Knicks are concerned, I mean, I guess. But definitely, man, appreciate y'all tapping in today, man. Gonna have a little bit of a light Sunday show, a little chill show today. But I'm going to get into some practice highlights here from today's practice. And we're going to go to our insider, Mr. Big Blue in the Bronx, Mr. Alex, who's been at training camp the whole time. And I like doing this because it helps Alex out. And it gives us, real sideline reporting because he's actually out there on the sideline, taking videos, getting interviews, and getting a scoop on everything concerning with the New York Giants. And, of course, Big Blue Crew. You know how we do. So salute to Alex for being out there. Let me get the highlights pulled up. Pat, what's good, bro?
What's going on?
Maintaining, man. Tired.
Man, what?
I know I crashed on y'all last night. I was dead in the water. Yo, man. But appreciate you tapping in. Brian, what's good, man? And that unpopular opinion, you already know. We bringing that hot fire over here. Pause. But let's tap into our sideline reporter, Mr. Alex, and let's see what he has for us as far as today's training camp. Let's see what we can learn about the New York Giants training camp today. So he has a couple highlights pulled up. Let's check out this I don't know if you guys can see my page. I'm going to make it a little bit larger.
Oh.
Pause. But let me mute this. We don't want no copyrights. So, let's see what we got here. So you see Daniel Jones there. Looks like a little pressure by the D-line, but nice little pass there to Wan'Dale Robinson. I'll show it again here real quick for you guys.
Yeah, I think he was going to be sacked on that play.
Yeah, it looked like some pressure coming over there from the left
I tell you
side.
what, Brian Burns is a menace.
Yeah.
Like, he's actually giving Andrew Thomas a couple of fits out there, bro.
He's giving Thomas problems. Thibodeau's been doing his thing.
And Elijah Chapman is doing his thing. The undrafted defensive tackle right here from Louisiana. He's actually getting first-team reps.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's good stuff right there. But let's go back to Alex's page. So this was one that guy was talking about on Twitter. This was a tip pass. Let's take a look at it. As you see DJ right there. Like they had a man in motion. And it's hiked. And just a drop pretty much by Bellinger.
Yeah, like Bellinger's been having a horrible camp.
Yeah, that's a pick six by
blocking. Yeah, there's some blocking assignments and everything, bro.
Yeah, he's not.
What
he
got going on?
But yep, that was a good pass by Jones. Just he dropped it, tipped it. Pinnock has been playing well. Defensively, I've been telling people about Jason Pinnock, and you know I talked about it with P. Dot. He said he wasn't really a ball hawk, but that dude is around the football, whether it's an interception or a fumble recovery or something like that. He stays around the football. He's a busy safety, so he might not be the ball hawk per se, but he is around the football. So, but all right, let's go back here and see what else we got here. Possible sack from Timmy Horn, completion of lock to Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson has a lot of play out there, so let's see what Allen Robinson does here on this play. All right, that is Drew Lock at quarterback. Looks like they got play action. Looks like that could have been another sack there too, or at least a pressure if you watch it over on the right side. This D-line's been balling, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, this D-line has been getting after it, bro. Like, I don't know what the hell Brian Burns is doing, but man, you giving Andrew Thomas problems?
Man, I'm telling you.
I mean, it's not like he's just abusing Andrew Thomas. It's just
it's a battle.
Normally don't see Andrew Thomas
have to
break
work
a sweat. Like that.
Yeah,
like he's having to work with Brian Burns. Like after Brian Burns got thrown at the club that one time, like he's making it his mission to get at Andrew Thomas.
To hell with that. Let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, this one right here. This looks like I think this was like a broken play or something. But you'll see a TD pass here from Jones to Wan'Dale.
And I think Brian Burns got in on that play too, wasn't it?
Yeah, there he is right there, number 0. Right there on the left side. Oh, yep. Right around him. Yep. Definitely a sack.
He is not playing, bro.
Who is trying to block him? Is this Bellinger?
It more likely is because Bellinger.
Oh my God! Yeah, he's Bellinger gonna lose his job to Theo Johnson. He can keep fucking around. I'm telling you, that's my unpopular opinion. By the end of the season, Theo Johnson's gonna be the Giants' starting tight end.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Yeah, he's making room for people like Manhurts.
Mm-hmm. But you see the speed by Wan'Dale. Looks like a broken play. But let's see what else we got. Just want to run down a couple plays here, then we'll give our thoughts on everything here later. We got a little bit of time here to chill with you guys today. Wandell in motion. Oh, nice PBU by Flott. Yep.
Now, I'm just hoping that it's just that our defensive line is just some monsters, and his offensive line is not just bad.
I think it's a combination of both.
Yeah, it might be a combination of both.
Yeah, I think our offensive line isn't that good. I don't think it's as terrible as they've been looking, but I don't think it's that good. And I think our defensive line is good. I think they're good. All right, so here we got one. Jones looks like Singletary in the backfield. Another pressure by Burns.
I'm telling you, bro.
Watch it. Look at the speed off the snap, you guys. Right here. You see where my mouse is? That's Burns. Watch him. Boom. God.
That was a good pass to Hyatt, too. You put that right on the money.
That was a good high pass to Hyatt. And Hyatt's been
Now,
playing well.
Go ahead.
No, Hyatt's been doing well. I think you mentioned it, too, with his route running.
Mm-hmm. Now, this right here, he pushes Burns past the quarterback. That's what you want your guy to at least to be able to do. At least push the dude past the quarterback. Don't give him a straight path to the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
What Evan Neal was doing. See, Illuminor was at least able to push him past. I still think he probably would have got to Daniel Jones if it was a live game.
Mm-hmm.
But in that rep, he at least did push past. But man, that's crazy.
See
right there. I think he would have started. Yeah.
Yeah.
He swatted his hands down and got. Yeah, he's a menace, bro.
And see, he's right there, but as you see, Illuminor still has hands on him, so he's able to.
So yeah, with Illuminor's strength, he's able to push
what Jones
him
needs to do here, Daniel Jones needs to step
a little quicker.
Yeah, and deliver that ball on time. But he does a good job here.
Dexter Lawrence is right there. You see what I'm saying?
True.
So if he steps up too quick and Dexter Lawrence is going full go, I think he steps right into Dexter Lawrence because Dexter Lawrence laid off.
Yep,
you see him lay off right here. If Dexter Lawrence was pushing forward, would have been nowhere for Daniel Jones to go. I mean, we can sit here and analyze these plays today if you want to. I'm in an analyze mood.
No, this is good stuff, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate Alex, man, for the footage out there at camp, getting busy. But yeah, this is what we're talking about, looking at our team with an objective view here. So we can actually see and not just getting the media's narrative on every play. So says Thomas in motion. So let's take a look at this here. Thomas motions to right tackle ends up being a Brian Burns. Let's see here. All right, let's run it back. And this is good footage here by Alex. Yep, you see the switch right there.
Mm-hmm. So it's a little weird.
Yeah.
But Burns
Burns with the pressure.
Now rewind the play. Let's see where Daniel Jones could have thrown the ball.
All right.
That is a little weird. I think that's getting a little cute, but we'll see.
Looks like they swapped him out with Manhurts.
Mm-hmm.
On that right side.
Pause it.
Hold up. All right. Let's.
Okay, it looks like this is only a 2-man route.
Yep. So he fakes it. Yeah, 2 men. Boom, boom. And then you got.
All right, he's looking now.
The running back who's going to scoot out. And there's Burns coming with the pressure, so
the only thing he could have done was shoot. Burns' pressure was so good. And then the center was getting blown up by Dex, so he didn't have nowhere to go. Nope. I mean, he could have squeaked through the little crack right there.
That's what he did. Yeah.
Maybe Lamar Jackson gets out of that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then he probably could have threw a strike to Hyatt.
Hyatt is covered.
I mean, yeah, he's covered, but you could throw it over this guy's head and get it looped right down here to Hyatt on the outside. Throw it right before you get to the sidelines. But overall, that's a win for the defense.
Yeah.
because Neighbors was double covered underneath and over the top. Daniel
But
Jones
these are
still got to
things
speak.
Daniel. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These are things Daniel Jones has to do. Daniel Jones has to realize, look, bro, this offensive line might be better, but the coverage ain't going to be, I mean, the blocking ain't going to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? And you are an athletic quarterback, and I expect you to use that ability to your advantage. You know what I'm saying? You're not Kirk Cousins. You don't got to sit back there in the pocket and just take hits. Take the fuck off and get some yardage. I fuck with it, man. All right, what else we got here from Alex? Sidearm pass to McKenzie on the slot. So
This was Drew Lock.
This is Lock. Yeah, this is Lock here. Lock, he likes those sidearm passes. So let's take a look.
Good protection.
Little dump off.
Slant play.
That's a
Taking
nice
it to the
play.
house. That's what we've been missing.
Yeah.
That's what this team has been missing. Plays like that.
Good pass by Locke. Quick release. Getting the ball out. Good play by what was that? Asante? McKenzie. My bad.
Yeah, that was McKenzie. My bad.
All right. Passing the dirt. Dennis Houston.
So this might be DeVito with Dennis Houston.
Yeah, third team, definitely. Yeah, that's Tommy DeVito back there.
All right, that's Theo. Is that Theo Johnson that was in motion?
84, yeah.
Oh man,
lost that blocking rep.
Nice,
and
the cornerback. Yeah, and the cornerback lost the ball. Pause. Yeah, that has to be Theo Johnson. Who was he going against? Well, you really don't want Theo Johnson going against edge rushers anyway, but he's supposed to be better than our backup edge rushers. I'll tell you that.
Whoever 46
I think that's that Wheatley dude or Whiteley or whatever his name is.
You see it right here. He engages and then.
Yep.
Theo
throws him off.
Just bad technique, man. Like he had his hands on him. It just.
What's going on, Ghost Dog?
Yeah, it looks like his hands is a little low. You see it there, Pat?
Hands are low. He lets 46 get into his chest. Now he's gonna rip him down.
Yep.
Took off his drawers.
But nice catch here by Houston. Adjusting to the ball in the air. Good play.
What's going on, Miz? That was a good play by the receiver. Locating the ball. The DB, I don't know what he was smoking. But
aborted flea flicker. So I think that's all we got right here.
I mean, you go to Giants. You go to Giants videos, and they'll give you more too.
Yeah, I just wanted to give Alex. That's our dude. So you know what I'm saying, we keeping a big blue crew in the crib, and he has some pretty good footage here too. So, but yeah. So what's your thoughts on practice here, Pat? As far as what you've seen so far. And I see y'all in the chat. I just wasn't able to read comments. I've been on the other screen, but yeah.
Just seeing that they took a light day today because they're going against the Lions tomorrow in the joint practices. What I'm seeing is that this defensive line is looking as advertised. That's what I'm seeing, man. This defensive line is as advertised.
Yeah, we definitely got some depth there. Look, Burns and Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence. You've been seeing some things from Aziz. They're getting guys like you said, Chapman, Wheatley, Jordan Riley, like some of these backups. They've been doing pretty well. A lot of people are scared though. They saying, "Hey, this offensive line ain't right." I think it's a combination of both. I think it's a combination of the offensive line learning. You know what I'm saying? Because they are in Carmen Brasillo's system, a new system. You know, they have been have had turnover on that offensive line. You know, you got 2 new guards and a new right tackle. So
Yeah.
it's a combination of learning and building chemistry, whereas and also our defensive line is good. And the real test is going to be see how they do against somebody else's defensive line, which is the Detroit Lions. Because
Mm-hmm.
remember, they
Lou, the
got
link
Aiden
is in the
Hutchinson.
chat. The link is
They
in the
got
Big Blue Crew chat, ain't it?
yeah. I don't know why you guys don't see that. I throw it in the chat every Sunday. I don't understand. So
That's
if you
how I
want to
got
come
on
on
here.
Giants conversation, just go to the Big Blue Crew Entertainment chat, the chat that Taj started, and everybody's in there. I added Man Cave and Miz and Lou and everybody. So all you guys are there. Just hit the link and come on the show. We ain't got to do all this extra shit. Just pull up. But yeah. So but yeah, I think it's a combination of both, Pat. Like I said, I think it's a combination of our D line being really good and this offensive line still trying to figure shit out. You know what I'm saying? Because we got backups too that just got here, like Van Rotten,
Not
Stinney. You know what I'm saying? You you brought in what's the other kid, Matt Nelson, and some of these other cats, man, that's supposed to be fighting for roster spots. So, like Pat said, and if Andrew Thomas is having problems with Brian Burns,
a
expect
lot of people
everybody
are
to
gonna
have
have problems with
problems
Brian Burns
with
this year.
Brian Burns. So,
Like he's on
you
a
know,
mission this year, bro.
you can't knock the line for that. Now, Thibodeau, again, you want to see that improvement from Kayvon. So, you know, him, you know, battling with the Luminor, I think that's great. I think that's great for both players because again, they're the Robin to the Batmans. You know what I'm saying?
I I
Which is
I,
Brian Burns and Andrew Thomas, respectfully. But go
I
ahead, yeah.
do want to say this before we get off the offensive line. Lou is right. Rotten does win the starting guard job, but I hate that JMS might not be available for these joint practices against the Lions. You see what I'm saying? Because we don't have our official starting line going against the Lions, which is always the case for us. For some reason, we cannot get 5 solid starters to be on the offensive line for a long period of time, and that's annoying because he's going to need those reps. These are valuable reps against the Lions because the Lions front seven ain't no joke either. So
Yeah.
going against that defensive tackle for the Lions will be good practice against for JMS because even though he's going against Dex every day, Dex is not going 100% against his own guys. That's just a fact. That's why it looks like Brian Burns is going to have a scary season because he's not going 100% every single play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to hurt your own guys. So you really need to go against some people that are really going against you. Like these dudes don't care about your health like that. They're not trying to injure you, but they're not like if you get
Yeah.
injured while we're going hard, it's like,
Hey, that's oh
hey,
well. Yeah.
well, I'll
Just
pray
got hurt.
for you. Yeah, I'll send some prayers your way, but I got to do my job because I'm trying to make the team. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully JMS is able to get back. And I guess Evan Neal was out there today trying to run, I guess. I don't know. But he's missing valuable reps too, and that sucks too.
Yeah. I think the Giants with Evan Neal, I don't think he sees the field this year out unless someone's hurt.
Yeah.
And I just think and the way I look at it is like that's a good thing for that dude's career. Like, he needs time to learn and to sit there. Miz, what's good with you, bro?
All
Appreciate you
right.
tapping in.
I want to tap in a little. I mean, I'm driving, but whatever.
You good? You good? We just chatting it up, man. Talking Giants conversations. You already know. But what I was talking about with Evan Neal is I just think that it's a good thing. He doesn't look, bro. Now you don't have that pressure to go out there and be this, 7th overall pick and to be this top notch right tackle. You can take time to heal. That's number one. You can take time to learn. That's number two. And you could take time to get your mind right. That's number three. You know what I'm saying? Because I think all three things are factoring into why Evan Neal is not on the football field right now and why he has not produced. Let me break it down again. One, health. We already know. Health has been the biggest thing. Lou, what's good with you, brother? Appreciate you tapping in. One has been health. He has not been healthy. Two has been his mindset. You know what I'm saying? Just, I don't know, like we talked about losing weight, just working hard at your craft. Why isn't he with Andrew Thomas's trainers? Why isn't he training with Andrew Thomas? Like,
he can't catch up.
But
moving with the shits
already. But why, you know what I'm saying? That was the second thing. And then the third thing is learning your technique. You have Jermaine Illuminor that you can watch now. You have Andrew Thomas. Now you got Carmen Basillo, the coach. It gives you time to learn and to work on your craft and to be a better NFL player. Damn this, I'm not a god and all this talk that he does and all this, man. Just work on being a good player. Like, how about that? Just work on your craft. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is a good thing for him and for the New York Giants if people can look at it from the perspective that I'm giving you. But we got Lou and Miz on the panel.
His spare tire, I agree with you 100%. He need to work on all that. His craft, his calf, his thighs, his spare tire, his playbook, everything. Everything.
Yeah. Definitely needs to get in better shape, man. But Miz, I know you've been a big supporter of Evan Neal, man. Again, it doesn't look like he's gonna play in the preseason. So what's your thoughts on the Evan Neal situation?
I said what you just said about 2 weeks ago. I said sign this guy and develop Evan Neal slowly. Now there's no pressure to get him out there. He's not ready to play. He's injured. But I still think that down the road, whenever the hell that is, we need this guy to be what we thought he was when we drafted him. Since the guys we picked up are a one year guy, Van Rotten.
Mm-hmm.
You want Evan Neal for the future. You still do.
Incorrect.
I don't think so.
Listen, you said that to be the guy that we all thought that he could be. That's why I'm saying incorrect. Before we drafted Evan Neal, I made a few videos saying I did not want Evan Neal here. So he could be the guy that you thought he could be. He is what I thought he was going to be, a guy who's
he's not what you thought he's going to be because the verdict is still out. That's what you guys don't get. It's not a done deal. Well, wait, what happened? Wait. So, all right, you want me to make this that way? So Daniel Jones got a blank check for 10 years, but other guys can't develop anymore?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I mean, me and NYG are on the same thing. He needs to take this time to get his mind right and try to get himself developed. Like, even when he gets healthy, he's not getting a starting job. He needs to go get a trainer during this season.
I don't disagree with you on that, Miz. I don't disagree with none of you. What I'm saying is his mindset is hell-bent on being a tackle. Sir, you suck at tackle. You might need to reevaluate that and go to guard.
Well, that's what I was saying, Lou. He needs to take this time to get his mind right. That's one of the main things that I said. Like, mentally, bro, two players on this team that I feel like are their mental affects their play on the field, and that's Daniel Jones and Evan Neal. And a lot of it has to deal with confidence.
Inside their head too much, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, again, that dude needs to take this time to sit and get his mind right and get his body right and learn. 3 things right there. You
All I'm saying
know?
is this, man. This is what I'm saying. He might he might be a bust, and then you guys are right. But my thing is this, man. It really, we need him not to be a bust, bro. Even if it's second half of this year or next year, like we've had trouble with the O line for so damn long. To just have a seventh pick overall from Alabama be a
Not
complete bust is not good.
well. How many offensive linemen have you seen come and be great from Alabama?
No, first of all, to tag on to that, Lou, how many of those tackles in that draft are actually good? To be honest with you, those top 3 dudes, all of them are struggling. The only thing they got over Evan Neal is they're playing,
Cross was the best one out of them.
and he's struggling. Aquanu over there with the
Oh,
Panthers is
Panthers fans,
struggling.
they
Looking
hate
like
him, man.
doo-doo.
Yeah, they hate
I
Equano.
mean, I was definitely high on this guy. I'm
That's
not
who I
giving up
wanted
on
was
him.
Aquino.
I'm not
Yeah,
giving
me
up
too,
on him.
Lou.
I was definitely high on this guy. I'm not giving up on
Oh,
him,
I
but
remember. You was the one pounding the table saying if we can get Neil and Thibodeau, it would be a miracle, this, that, and the third. And everybody was
And
like,
we
we
wind up
can't
getting
get
both
both
of
of
them.
them.
So you was actually right on draft night that night for sure.
yeah, but I don't know why this guy. I don't know if it's the injuries or the bad offensive
But
line coach. I don't know what it is. I definitely
look,
expected
It's
this guy to
three.
be elite. I
It's
I really
it's
expected him to be elite.
it's 3 things, Miz. Like I told you, it's his health, it's his mindset, and it's the fact that he needs to learn
And you touched on
technique.
something important too just now, Miz. The same thing we said about Daniel Jones. The poor offensive coordinator, right? You had Jason Garrett, you had Joe Judge as a coach who stunk. So they did damage to Daniel Jones. Same thing could be said to Evan Neal for Bobby Johnson, right? So I'm not saying that the kid sucks at football outright. I'm saying maybe you need to take this time while you're injured and reevaluate some things, try to learn some guard, maybe see if you can become useful to the team in another area because at the rate you're going, you're going to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, and let's
Yo, I
talk
might
about
be
this.
wrong, guys. I might be wrong. If I am, I'll say, yo, I was dead wrong on this guy. I'm just not ready to totally throw him away. I'm not ready.
So let's talk about this too, because this has to be talked about as well. You know the Giants are known to hold on to players too long. So if you as a GM and as Brian Dable feel that this guy will never be the starting right tackle for you again, because you have a lot of faith in Jermaine Illuminor and Rotten on that right side, and you don't want to ruin their chemistry, especially if they're playing well. Do you try to find a trade partner for Evan Neal during a trade deadline? I'm not saying giving up on him, but you got to put the business aspect into it too,
I'm not
because the
opposed.
NFL is a business.
Actually, even though I really, even though I thought he would, I'm not opposed to that. If you get a good pick for him, I am not opposed to that.
No, because we're getting something out of it. Right now, we're getting nothing out of him.
Yeah. What if
But
you
what,
could get a third
bro,
round
you're
pick from
gonna give him
somebody?
away for a seventh round pick? That's
No,
garbage.
hell no.
No,
That's a
I'm
robbery.
saying what if you could get a
Maybe
third
like a
round pick
fourth or
for him?
third. Yeah, I'll
Third or
fuck it with
fourth,
like
yeah.
a fourth.
To a third
For a
round.
lineman, yeah, you could get a third or fourth for lineman.
Jay Ferry said, trade for what?
Let me shout out the chat real quick. I see we got in the chat. I see we got D Dan. See we got Brian. What's good with you? Trauma. What's good with you? TJ. What's good with you? Appreciate you tapping in. Iman Pere. What's up,
Yep.
bro? Appreciate you tapping in. Of course. Ghost Dog. What it do, bro? Yep. Appreciate you tapping in. Who else we got? William Horton, man. Appreciate you. Thank you, man, for joining the show. El Capitan, Raphael, salute. Appreciate you, man.
I actually like that. Is what do you call that? Damn, his
Avatar.
picture.
Yeah.
Avatar. That's pretty dope. Is that French
Lamont.
Montana?
Lamont, what's good? Yeah, appreciate you tapping in. Says Shador Sanders, QB, NYG, and New York Giants
Not looking
2025.
that
Book
far
it.
ahead right now. We're not even in the season yet,
11
so
and
I can't
6,
look that far ahead.
2024.
Out of him.
New York Giants get a Super Bowl victory for their 100th season. That's what's gonna happen.
What I mean about this, man. I'm not even gonna start.
TG1, appreciate you tapping in. What's good with you? Wells, salute, bro. Appreciate you tapping in. Eric, what's good, G? Appreciate you, man. Nick, what's up? Appreciate you. Thank you for joining the show.
You're a fucking sour fan base we turned into that. You are looking forward to the next draft before we even got to fucking week 1. That's so pathetic. I can't even explain it, man.
Lamont says, "Stop the cat." Ain't no cat. You see that? You see that number 4 right there? Them 4 Super Bowl rings. We got to turn that to a 5 this year, Lamont. If you a Giants fan, it doesn't matter if you're not happy with the guy at quarterback, if you're not happy with the guy at tackle. If you a Giants fan, we got to pull for our team to win. We can't come out here saying, no, the Giants are going to stink. They're going to go 3-15. Like, no. Like, that shit is – we can't do that, bro. You speak things into existence. The power of life and death is in the tongue. Manifestation is real. Speaking things into the ether is real. The Giants going 11-6 this year. Facts. Book it.
11-6.
Giants ain't. If you're watching what we watching, the Giants ain't gonna be a bad team. Got bad news for those guys.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
This offense gonna shock a lot of people because we don't got no tape on us. We don't got Barkley no more to hand the ball off to. There's gonna be a totally different offense that nobody has seen film on. We're gonna shock a lot of people out the gate. Don't be surprised if we start 3-0.
And we know we got receivers, but yo, check it out. We got some tight ends right now because this guy Tio, he looks like something nice.
Yeah, Theo Johnson.
Lamar Adams, I ain't trying to argue with you. I'm just trying to pump some morale into this damn fan base.
Nah, he's good. He's good, man. And trust me, this is Unpopular Opinion Sports. I'm not here to curb your opinion. I have some crazy takes too. You know what I'm saying? We just, we try to stay positive about the Giants. I have some negative things about the Giants, but ultimately, I'm here to root for the team. You know what I'm saying? We just here to root for the team. That's it.
He said, I'm just a hood person. Freedom of the press. I can say what I want. Freedom of the press. Hey, nobody's knocking you. Free speech all day here, bro. Facts, man. And even if I disagree with you, we can have a conversation like adults and still find an intellectual outcome, even if that intellectual outcome is agreeing to disagree. There's no need for us to get crazy and disrespect each other over a game that we all love and a team that we all cheer for. So I don't understand why people be going crazy all over the internet, bro. Say what you got to say. Speak your piece. If I disagree, I'll give my take. If I agree, I'll give you the fist. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, bro. We all got to speak our mind. Everybody's opinion is valid until they start disrespecting people.
Shout out to Aquarius, and shout out to Eric, and shout out to Franchise. Says where Barkley at Lou.
That's the Somalian pirate Slade. We don't care about Barkley.
Barkley is
that's big play Slade.
Yeah, that's Captain Phillips.
Right out.
Listen, Barkley is with the stinking seagulls, them lice-infested pigeons of the sea, who we are gonna stomp twice this year. Book that shit, Slade. I hope you got your hairline fixed at least. Jesus.
That's crazy because we've actually watched him grow up. Because he was only like 14.
Are you still playing this year?
Yeah, I think he is. You still at DB, Slay? Hopefully he's still playing. Well, yeah, we've been watching him grow up. That's crazy.
He's an Eagles fan. He is a young man who, when we started the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, used to come around and talk his smack because he's an Eagles fan. But we've watched this guy, becoming a young man, and he plays football. And I wish him nothing but the best, even though he's a stinking Eagles fan. I hope the young man grows up to have a bright future. He's at wide receiver, captain now, for real. LOL. Okay.
Salute to you, man. Salute to you, man. Good luck, man. Appreciate you tapping.
You play football, Slay? Back in the days, if you were playing in my day, you wouldn't step on a fucking field when I was standing in the middle of it. I promise. Today's two-hand touch tackle. I know.
Heavyweight champ. Woo!
Yo, Logan
G-Man going 5-0 to start, then 12-5 and the Super Bowl.
Little Logan got big. I don't know if you guys seen Logan, but he got real big.
Yeah, Logan got huge, bro.
Playing linebacker, I think, for his school.
Jalen Hurts looking rough, man. Nobody talks about it though.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
right.
he's a quarterback that people like.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts can't throw to the middle of the
This is
field. We
what I
know that.
want, guys. This is what I want. I want Giants. They got about 9 million right now. I think this defense is right on the verge of being big time. I'd like to get one veteran corner, just for rotation,
Agreed.
and
I don't
that's
have
all we
Agreed.
need.
confidence. I'm not Brian Dable. I don't. Not Brian Dable said I got confidence in Fly. I don't have confidence in Fly.
No, no.
Here's an unpopular opinion. Here, to steal the title of the show here.
Hit that like
Um,
button.
we all know what's going on with Dallas, right? They're coming up. They got three major players coming up for contract negotiations. Um, a guy that Miz and everybody on this panel would have loved to become a New York Giant on draft day, but Dallas did that evil shit with the stinking Seagulls and got Micah Parsons over there. Now, if they can't afford to pay all of them, do you think that Joe Shane would be able to bring Micah Parsons here?
No, because
Can't
that's too
afford them.
many. That's too many edge rushers. You're gonna have like three. If you do that, you're gonna have three edge rushers around
You got
30
to pay
million. Because
Thibodeau.
Thibodeau is coming
Yeah,
up too.
Nah.
that's the only reason. If Thibodeau wasn't here, I would say do it. But you're gonna have to pay Thibodeau, and you
I mean,
can't pay all
Ojolari
three.
probably gonna end up gone. So
And Dex is
Who?
You
Ojolari
paying
probably
Burn.
end up gone.
But
yeah,
the
but
thing is,
Ojolari
Lou,
ain't
you
making no
can't.
money.
Yeah, you can't have 100 million at the edge rusher position. That's
You're already
crazy.
paying Burns, and you're paying Dexter.
Yeah,
And he's
it's a
not
nice
gonna
thought,
accept.
but yeah,
He's not gonna accept top linebacker money, which would be around 22 million. So he's gonna want edge rusher money. And
facts.
that's just a fact, and he's earned that in his career. Even though he's a cowboy, he's earned that. So unless they just say, "Hey, look, we're just gonna go straight edge rusher and forget everything else,"
But you still paying Dexter Lawrence too, and you know what I'm saying.
facts.
You
So
have
you're
to
gonna have
have
like a
somebody next
200 million
to.
defensive front. That's crazy.
Damn, Tudo, he a kid.
So
Tudo,
I don't see Dallas letting him out the door.
Tudo
To be
said,
honest.
"Wow, captain of a bunch of losers."
Oh yeah, he's talking
I
about
don't think I
captain
don't
of
think
it.
he gets out the building over there. I don't think he's leaving.
Nah, they're gonna let Dak go. They'll pay Michael Parsons before
Yeah,
they
I
pay
think they
Dak.
find a way to pay all them dudes. To be honest with
Yeah, I agree with Pat. Jerry
Good
Jones
luck.
will find a way to pay him.
Good
you, what
luck.
they're doing with Dak is they're waiting to see if he could get them to a playoff win. If he gets a playoff win, he'll be the highest paid quarterback in the league. But if they don't make the playoffs or they go in the playoffs and lose the first round again, I think he lets them walk. That's the only thing holding up Dak's deal.
I mean, it would also depend on who they bring in. If they bring in the next head coach, right? That would matter.
Mm-hmm.
Because if the next head coach says I want to keep Dak,
But why would the next head coach want Dak?
because listen, it's hard to get a quarterback today, and Dak,
It is hard to get a
Dak is a good
quarterback, but
quarterback.
what is everybody talking about? Oh, these guys, they got to get their own guy. They inherited Daniel Jones and da. See what I'm saying? Keep the shit 100 with all these other teams. You know what I'm saying? Keep it consistent. I love consistency. You know what I'm saying? You talking that shit about the Giants and yeah, if a new coach comes there, I'm not wanting to deal with fucking whack Prescott. I want my own guy. That's fair, right? Because that's fair with the
Yeah, it is
Giants.
fair, but I don't know, man. It's just that Giants fans just love piling on the team, and maybe it's just the Twitter fans. Because when we go to the draft and everything, we really don't hear that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Nah, you don't.
it's really just I guess these, like Miz always said, these young kids on Twitter, they don't know the history of the team, so they just think the Giants have always been like this. They haven't, felt the glory years of the Giants and everything. So
Let's
it
talk
is
about
what it
this
is.
comment here.
If the NFL is rigged,
ahead.
sir, like your comment says, if the NFL is rigged, that's all the more reason to expect the Giants to win the Super Bowl this year since it's their 100th season.
Yeah, I ain't
Yeah.
gonna say
Six
that.
still looks good to me.
Those people are degenerate gamblers. They got this whole conspiracy about rigged and all. They gambled there so much that they've twisted their brain into not knowing what's real and what's fake.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to get into here,
They
and
think the
I
whole
don't.
world is against them
I
to
don't.
the
I
point where
don't. Yeah,
NFL
I
is
don't.
rigged against you specifically. Damn,
Yeah,
you got ideas of grandeur.
yeah. I don't want to get into that though, fellas, because I mean,
Well,
there's a
Damn,
lot to
it's a serious
there's
football.
a lot to unpack there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna say that, man. But I want to talk about this comment right here that Nathan McCarty put up there. He says if we can get 24 points out of our offense, we have dogs on the defensive line which can cause turnovers and use the turnovers and turn the turnovers into points. Now, the question I want to ask you guys
he
is,
said we have enough dogs on defense and youth to turn those
yeah,
turnovers.
and youth, right? So the thing about it is though is the key thing is if we can get 24 points per game. I think the Giants averaged what 15 points a game last year or something like that.
Yeah, 15,
How
15, like
many points? Hold
15.8.
up, real quick, Lou. How many points do you think with Neighbors and Hyatt in this offense in this offensive line, and we went through some of the training camp highlights here from Alex? How many points do you think this Giants team can average per game going into this season? Because he says
Barring
24.
injury, 28
He's
points a game.
28. Okay.
So you're
Okay.
saying this team can average 4 touchdowns a game. Let me ask you this, Lou. Where are those 4 touchdowns coming from per game?
I would say 2 from Neighbors, 1 from Slayton, 1 from Hyatt or Robinson.
So
So
no
No.
all
rushing
passing
touchdowns.
What
touchdowns,
about
no
the running
rushing
back? Yo, you
touchdowns,
sleeping on
no.
you?
That,
People
bro,
sleeping
our
on
run
these
game
running
is going to
backs.
be short passes. Our run game is going to be short passes. And when we get in the red zone, he's going to be looking for Theo Johnson.
I think
I,
Bills on the ball, bro.
let me give you my analysis. I do believe we can average 24 points a game.
Yeah.
Reason why is I believe our defense can get a lot of 3-and-outs and put us in short situations. And I do believe we had the offense this year to capitalize on that. If you watch the games with the Big Blue crew, we all call the games every Sunday. Our defense will put us in very good situations, like put us at our own 40, and then we'll have an offense that goes back 10 yards instead of getting any yards. I don't think that happens this year. Not if the offensive line is even half decent.
Halfway
Because
decent, right?
yeah, because we got too many weapons this year. The thing about this year,
He
the
don't have
pressure,
to hold the ball no more. As long as that O-line holds up for 3 seconds, he got multiple people he can just let it go to and gain at least 3 yards every play. And that's minimum.
yeah, the pressure is going to be on Daniel Jones specifically if the offensive line is blocking because you have the weapons to get yardage this year, whether it's the quick game or the long game pause, where I think Malik Neighbors, if you put one-on-one coverage with him, 8 times out of 10, he's going to make a play for you.
And
I
we don't
think
have
he's
no
that
run
type of
blockers,
receiver.
Liz. We don't have no run blockers. Our whole line consists of pass blocking. So I don't expect a lot of running touchdowns. Now, if our running backs are going to eat, they're going to be on the short pass yardage. You know, passes out the backfield, little short slant screen passes, stuff like that. Or,
Let me say this, though, Lou. If we line up in those 2 tight end sets, those big sets that we lined up in 2022, we could get the run game going because those running backs aren't sorry. We just don't have a guy that could push the pile on those 3rd-and-1s, which I think me and NYG are gonna get pissed off again calling this year. But it'll be okay. Hopefully, we're not in too many of those 3rd and short situations
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
the point.
But if we can have man hurts and have an extra lineman and run those 12 personnel, shout out to Tommy. I do think we still get yardage in the run game that way. And that's the power. That's the power game. If we find that you're a little weak across your front 7, maybe we do line up in that and test your gangster a little bit. And Singletary is a very good running back if getting up the crease. Pause. And Tyrone Tracy can do it. And Tyrone Tracy is bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
Pause.
what do you think
That's
of Roman Reigns' return last night, Cole?
My reasons is this. Okay. I believe the Giants are gonna have a better running game than they did with Barkley with this committee. I really believe that. Okay, you got some young feisty running backs right now. Number 2, obviously better O line, but
Eli.
Number two, if we could pick up third and ones, which we never have, but I think this year we will be able to. And if we could get off the field on third downs, which I believe we have the front seven to do that, that's number two. And I think those things are going to happen. So it's going to change a lot of things like field position. And number three, I think we got one of the best field goal kickers in football. So you're going to get your 24 right there. I do. I think we have
Yeah.
a good field goal kicker, and nobody talks
Nephew.
about field goals.
What's good with
You know,
you,
you like to have four
little
touchdowns.
Lou?
But yo, two field goals, three field goals a game is big too.
I mean,
Yeah.
but Miz, this year we're gonna have to convert those
We got to get touchdowns.
field goals into touchdowns this year. I'm not saying that
No,
every
Pat, we
red
got to
zone.
convert the third and ones, Pat. We got to move the chains. We haven't been able to do that the last few years.
That's a fact. That's what I'm saying. We got to convert those field goals into points. I mean, touchdowns. Now, I'm not saying we got to go out there and be 100% in the red zone. That's stupid. But those times where we're getting in the red zone 4 times and we can't come out of 4 red zone opportunities with 3 field goals. I'm sorry.
No,
At
we
least
can't.
be 50%.
Right.
These get you 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals. That's 20 points.
See,
Instead
but
of
that's
having go ahead.
this is the ultimate team sport, and it ties in to a conversation we had on the live stream the other night, where we asked what we think on defense the plus minus turnover differential would be, right? So with the defense that we have, and in regards to the comment that was made of 24 points, as long as we average 24 points, our defense can get us the ball and our youth can give us more chances to turn those turnovers into more points. So if everything ties into in together like it should, we should have a playoff team. The only real questions here are who's DB2, who's cornerback number 2, is the line going to hold up, and did Daniel Jones take that step that everybody needs him to take? Those are the 3 major questions on this team. Then you got some minor questions like, do we have another linebacker to stuff the run, and things like that. But for the most part, those are the 3 major questions that we have going into this season.
Yep. I think too. Me and Pat talked about it earlier. I don't think you guys were on the panel. Bellinger's not looking great, man.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not
him at all now.
looking great. So I don't know. I don't know what that means for this tight end room, but Theo Johnson, I think by the end of this season is going to be the starting tight end for the Giants. You know what I mean?
Again,
so
we still got roster cuts coming, and they can start plucking guys from other practice squads. So I would still look to see them grabbing guys before the season starts. Pause.
Yeah.
Hey, Harrison Bryant from the Raiders. He's the 3rd tight end, and he could be a starting tight end anywhere. Dudes are sick, man. But
Wouldn't worry about.
What you say, Maz?
I wouldn't worry about Bellinger. It's early. I wouldn't worry about Bellinger.
Like he's missing blocking assignments. That's the thing that's killing me.
I'm
He's
worried
missing
about him
blocking
because it's compounded off last year where he didn't play well. And you know what I'm kind of thinking now?
He got one of them damn eyes.
His eye. He might. I don't know, man. When you have something going on with your vision, yeah, maybe we're just guessing here. But again, he has since that eye injury, he has not been the same player, bro.
We've been pretty good
not
with
been
our
the same
guesses,
player.
though. So
Yeah, facts.
I mean, he's dropping passes. He's missing blocking assignments, but he was doing that last year too, missing those blocking assignments on those bootlegs. He's letting linemen come straight into Daniel Jones, and that's going to get Daniel Jones hurt again if that happens. That's just a fact. But I think Theo Johnson will be the starting tight end at the beginning of the season. It ain't going to take no time because Bellinger, the way that he's playing, you can't start him right now. Now, it may change over the next couple of weeks. We'll see. But as of right now, you can't start him. He's a liability. Not only is he not a great receiver, and he's dropping the ball, and he's missing blocking assignments, it's like, damn.
he can't see who keeping it real.
But that being said,
You're muted. We can't hear you.
It's very windy. We got that
Go
tropical.
ahead. We got you now.
I'm gonna switch inside to the laptop. I'm gonna go inside and switch to the laptop. All right.
Okay.
All
And
right,
you went
man.
to bed just now.
Right.
Got Hurricane Debbie coming into Florida. So
but salute to the chat. Bookend tackles. Earl Cole, appreciate you.
Stephen Bloom.
Stephen Bloom, appreciate you tapping in. Mark Stewart, appreciate you tapping in. Myron Scott, appreciate you. Appreciate all y'all for joining Giants Conversations.
Hey, shout out to Stephen Bloom. Stephen Bloom is a day one. Stephen Bloom been in the chat since day one.
Yep. He says, I think we run the ball more efficiently this year than in years past. From the clips I've seen in the run game, more outside zone, and Singletary looking more willing just to take what's given. And that's true, Stephen. Just take what's given to you.
Facts.
And that's a
4
lot of
yards
time.
means a lot on first down.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
It opens up the whole playbook. But go ahead, my bad.
Nah, because again, like you was alluding to, so many times we're in 3rd and long. And when you're in 3rd and long, that's when, when you have a bad offensive line, that's when you give up 85 sacks. Because you're constantly in fucking, pass rush situations where the defense can just tee off on you.
85 sacks is ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
But shout out to Miles in the chat. What's going on, Miles Morales? Thank you for tuning in, bro. Appreciate you. Y'all hit that like and subscribe button as well.
Most definitely, man. Appreciate
For
y'all.
who don't know, Miles Morales is the Puerto Rican Spider-Man from New York City. You heard? Yeah.
That's what's good. That's what's good, man. But
My son loves that character.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I'm play this for you real quick.
Go ahead.
Because we were just speaking on this earlier. Hold on, let me share my screen with you.
All right.
This little dude be talking. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
As the days and weeks of Giants training camp continue to roll on by, it is becoming increasingly more evident the former first-round pick Evan Neal might not necessarily factor into the team's Week 1 plans on the offensive line. This is surprising because in the offseason, Brian Daboll said he expected Neal to be ready for the start of training camp. Even when Neal landed on the physically unable to perform list, Joe Shane said on the first day of Giants training camp, he did not expect the offensive lineman to be there long, but here we are entering Week 3. Neal's still on the PUP list and at practice. He does not appear any closer to taking part in individual drills or team drills in what is supposed to be a very integral part of the 3rd year of his NFL career, where the Giants were hoping for a bounce back after 2 very disappointing seasons. Now, with Neal maybe not necessarily factoring in being viewed as a lottery ticket, there are other players that are starting to find their ways as the Giants piece together what is going to be their offensive line for the season. You're going to have Andrew Thomas at left tackle. You're going to have John Runyon at left guard. Greg Van Roten, he's playing center right now because John Michael Schmitz is hurt. But when Schmitz comes back, you're going to have Greg Van Roten kick to right guard, and then you'll have Jermaine Illuminor at right tackle. That group the Giants like, they believe it is much improved. But unfortunately, a player they invested such a significant draft capital in, he just might not be there for the opener.
All right, so
who might not be there for the opener?
Evan Neal.
This right.
Neal.
See, we ain't worry about that.
See, this is why we say the things that we said. Everything that he just said in that little clip right there, we said this about 3 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. we said that before Rodden was even signed. We said the whole start lineup. Lou said that 3-4 weeks ago how it was going to go. And so
I even said it on Big Blue Kickoff, and Paul Dottino was like, "Well, you're a little bit ahead of me. You can go back on the Giants app and hear me say it."
Right. That whole start offensive line, we've been saying that for weeks before that was even said. So now the information that we've been giving you for the past month now is going to become legit because somebody like Connor Hughes just now saying it. So that's what you get. You literally get New York Giants full access with the Big Blue Crew. Like, we're telling you these things before it even happens. It's called foresight. It's called
sight and foresight.
Yeah. That's what it's called. I just wanted to play that clip just confirm that, hey, look, we know what we're talking about. You might not like us, But we be know what we talking about.
And even if you don't like us, you still listen. 62 in the
Right.
chat, man. Let's get it, man. Appreciate
Taj, what's going on,
y'all.
Taj? Koof, man.
Koof, man. Taj,
But
what's
I
good
just
with
wanted
you?
to, I just wanted to show that with you guys to let you know that hey.
Oh,
when
he
people
actually
like Lou
has
was
the
speaking-
ninja avatar now,
Yeah.
so he's living up to his name. Talking about Taj.
Just wanted to show you guys that look, we just not just out here saying off the wall shit. Like normally shit comes through and it happens. That
Facts.
same offensive lineup that he just said in that little clip, Lou said that shit a month ago. Literally. And I said, yeah, that will be our best offensive lineup. And guess what
And
he
I
just said?
told
That
y'all
would be the
that
Giants' best offensive
Evan Neal
lineup.
wasn't going to make it. I told people that shit.
NYG
Long
said
time
that
ago.
2 months ago. He been get killed for almost 3 months about the whole Evan Neal thing. So we ain't just up here talking, bro. Like we literally analyze things. The people on Hard Knocks, the GM and everything, weren't saying some of the same things we were saying for no reason. And you can't say that we watched Hard Knocks to say it because that shit, we said that shit months before Hard Knocks even came out.
Facts.
Mind you,
What's
listen,
going on,
we
Alex?
told you who they was gonna draft. Listen, you don't believe me? Watch this shit right here. Watch this shit right here. This just gonna show you that we've been doing this for a minute.
Alex, what's good with you, bro? Appreciate you tapping in. But we're gonna get to some John Murray comments while you get that clip ready, Lou.
It's right here. Stop playing with me, son.
Go ahead, you got it.
We in Detroit. Y'all know what it is. About to go win this the first round and give you guys this content. Who we getting this season? Malik Neighbors.
That's before the draft. Who we getting at 6? Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
Like,
don't forget, I
Deontay
predicted Theo Johnson in the 4th round.
Yeah,
How do you predict
Nubin in the 2nd round on film, on camera?
How do you predict a 4th round fucking pick, bro? How do you predict a 4th?
Knowing what you talking about, being tapped in.
And the crazy thing about it is, we all predicted a cornerback in the 3rd round. It just wasn't the right one because they went nickel corner instead of outside corner.
Yep.
But we all predicted a corner in the 3rd round too.
And they wanted a corner. They wanted Kool-Aid.
Yep, they wanted Kool-Aid.
Or Kamari Lassiter. But they went ahead of before they got Nubin.
I predicted
so we were still on point
Neighbors,
with that shit.
Nubin, cornerback, and NYG predicted Theo Johnson in the 4th round. And when they drafted that corner, we was like, oh, we said corner, but it was Drew Phillips. We thought it was gonna be the boy from Iowa State. I can't think his name right now.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
The outside corner, but they had more faith in Cordell Flott than the nickel position. So
Jay Lay, what it do, bro? Appreciate you tapping in.
What's going on, Jay Lay?
And Alex and Jay, if y'all guys want to join in on the show, just hit the link in the Big Blue Crew chat. But I want to get to
entertainment link.
Entertainment, yeah. I know we got a couple of them. We got the tailgate, but
I couldn't find it because you said it's in the Big Blue Crew chat. You got the big tailgate. You got the
I just caught on when you said that. I was like, why can't he find it? But yeah, we do got like 5 different chats. But
that's why why nobody send me the link,
Nah, I just put it in
y'all personal, and
I put it in one chat because I feel like if I send it to everybody's personal, I might send it to the wrong person. You got somebody pull up like, what the fuck are you doing here?
I don't know what the hell you are.
Man, it's good, Jay.
Put on some clothes. Damn, what's you?
I just got out of church, man. I have my button up on, man.
You went to church like that?
You was in church in a halter top? Like you ready to make some eggs.
I have my little button up on.
Y'all want some breakfast? Yeah. Y'all want some breakfast?
He looks like he about to walk outside and be like, where my money?
Okay, you got the 2-steppers on and everything.
Voguing and shit.
Bro, he got the shines on, everything. Man, what's going on? What's going on, Jay?
What's good?
What's
Good,
good
y'all.
with you, boss?
Not much.
Appreciate you tapping in.
Nah, we just was going over how much we've actually been informing the viewers
Oh,
throughout our whole tenure on
years.
YouTube.
For years. If you've been around for some years, like y'all been predicting, at least been on the right track at the very least. But most of the shit y'all be right on the nose with.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
they still
man,
ain't
but
giving us our flowers. I still ain't at 2,000
They not,
subscribers.
they not,
What did you watch and stop hating, man? Hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. Y'all better get my boy NYG from 328 to 500 today. Stop playing, man.
let's go.
Fact.
Let's go.
yeah, man.
Let's
People ain't
go.
gonna. You gotta keep on doing your thing, bro. Keep on being right, and then everything will come out in the rinse. You know.
Been right for 3 years, nigga. Like goddamn.
Hey, don't look for gratification from the internet, man. They ain't gonna never give it to you.
At all,
Facts.
bro. You will
Gratification.
not get that from over there.
Monetization.
That is a fact. Said J-Leg going to get his arch prediction. Yeah, if Art, I swear I will do a whole show for you,
Yeah.
J-Leg. If they draft Arch Manning,
Me and Jay Lay said Arch Manning 2 years ago.
But yeah, so like, I remember when I first started getting on with y'all, like when I first started chatting or anything like that, I first got on YouTube. I said it as a joke because I heard Archman coming out of
Serious.
in like 2 years. I was like, oh yeah, Archman, Manning, that's gonna happen. Hey, it really might.
it might happen. It might actually
If
happen.
Daniel
I'm telling you.
Jones pulls out another year.
that's
Yeah.
that's the equivalent of inbounding the ball on the opposite hoop and then just shooting from the
Right.
Yeah, with your eyes closed, just
Yeah. Throw it down there.
Oh,
He scores.
shit.
What the?
that shit got
Some
before
bull. Some bullshit.
But let's get into some John Merritt comments. Speaking of Daniel Jones, he did mention some things about Daniel Jones here, so let's go ahead and
I
listen
put this
here.
in my show the other week.
With some weapons around him to see what he can do.
Oh, you said you put this in your show, Pat?
Mm-hmm. The other week.
I think that might cut out some of my background noise. I got my headphones in now. I don't know if y'all heard anything in the back, but kids running around.
Nah, you good. All right, everybody can see that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm still happy we gave him that contract because I thought he played really well for us in 22. Last year he got hurt, and let's be honest, when he was playing, we weren't blocking anybody. So let's give him a chance with a better offensive line with some weapons around him to see what he can do. I was nervous about giving up too much to go and get a quarterback, but I was prepared to let him do that if that's what they wanted to do. We made a decision to stay with Daniel and add a weapon for him, and I think that's going to work out. You've seen play. Listen, I'm still happy we gave him that.
All right. So you heard the man say he was happy with giving Daniel Jones a contract. And the fact is that, as we just mentioned here earlier, unless Daniel Jones absolutely stinks this year, I think he's going to be the quarterback, not just for this year, but for next year too. And I'm going to tell you why. Because one thing is the Giants can get out the contract, but they are going to take a cap hit. I think the cap hit was like, I want to say it's like 15 million or something.
Yeah, we save. I think we saved 22 million, and
But you
20
gotta
million
eat
comes off the
15.
books.
Yeah,
No, you
like
got to
that.
eat 20.
20. Yeah, you got to eat 20. So
Deshaun Watson throwing the rock. Sorry.
they can save some money, but it's also going to cost them some money. So now you got to think about this: if the Giants can get in a position to get a quarterback, or maybe they just pivot, push this thing back and say, look, we're gonna roll DJ out there for another year, and let's see what. I know it's gonna piss a lot of people off, but this is what they might be doing, because you just heard the man say that he was happy with giving him the contract. They keep saying it's a 4-year contract, and all the fans are saying it's a 2-year contract. It's a 4-year contract. they can get out of it after 2. But again, that's not necessarily the case, or can be the case, because they're gonna still take a cap hit. And unless they can bring a rookie in here, or they at the top of the draft somewhere, they're probably gonna roll DJ back for another year
See, and
until they get in position to get a quarterback.
and even that's not mathematically smart. You know what I'm saying? Because he has guaranteed what is it? Guaranteed 89 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
The total is 160, and then he has incentives that push him to 196 million, I think it is.
195.
Okay, so even if you get out at 2 and take that cap hit, you still now have to go draft a quarterback high in the first round, which is going to cost you a pretty penny for the first 3 years that you got him too. You see what I'm saying? So it's who the hell this is? Man, answering that ain't no name next to it. Yeah. If I don't save your name, you don't get no airtime. I don't know you.
100%.
All right, so let's listen to the John Mara talk about Saquon Barkley here.
We saw you weren't necessarily on board with the plan to let Saquon walk. I'm just curious, does that raise the stakes at all, with Joe making that decision if it doesn't work out for you guys?
Not really. I mean, every year there's going to be a personnel decision that I'm not 100% in favor of, but at the end of the day, you let the general manager and the coach, particularly if they have a unified conviction, make the decisions, and then about it later. But that was the decision that they made, and no, I wasn't crazy about it at the time. I didn't want to lose him, but I understood what their philosophy was, and you got to let them do their jobs.
We saw you weren't necessarily on board with the plan to let Saquon.
So John Mara's saying you gotta let them do their jobs. He wasn't crazy about the decision, but you gotta let them do their jobs. And here's the key thing about what Mr. Mara said here. And I've been a big critic of John Mara if you've been following my show. He said if they have a unified conviction, you have to let them do their job. You know what that tells me? The Giants weren't unified before. Dave Gettleman and Joe Judge weren't unified. Tom Coughlin and Jerry Reese weren't on the same page. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I think that's where Mara, in the past, stepped in like, okay, y'all ain't on the same page. This is what I want.
Facts. He became the last straw.
Right.
And another thing, NYG, on this, not to cut you off, brother.
Go ahead.
I appreciate the honesty from John Mara. He could have came out and be like, well, no, he literally said what he meant when those comments that he made on Hard Knocks. He was not happy about Saquon Barkley leaving. And it's for obvious reasons. One, he was the face of the franchise. Let's get that out there. And 2, he was the cash cow. Saquon Barkley brought in money.
Drama neither.
Yeah, he didn't have no off the field drama or anything. He was a family man, and he's going to continue to get endorsements and everything. And Mara, when he loses Barkley, he loses his best player, he loses the face of his franchise, and he loses his cash cow. So obviously, a man that's a billionaire, and he wants to stay a billionaire, wants to keep a couple of cash cows around. The field, put butts in seats. Like, it's not just about the team with the owner. He has to think about the business side of it 100%. So, yeah, he should have. Yeah. I mean, he's going to have his, his complications about a couple of decisions. But as long as his people are together and his coach and his GM are on one accord, he can't really do anything because what are you going to do? Go against both of them and then lose your coach or your GM
right.
too? So his hands were tied, and you know what? He has humility now. He's like, okay, fuck it, let's go out there and let's see what your plan is. I don't agree with it. He walked out a little sad, but he walked out. He didn't stay in there and be like, hey, we're gonna do this because I'm the owner. We're gonna do this. That just destroys your whole team, regardless. So I appreciate the fact that he was honest and he took it like a champ, pause, and he walked out the office.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
listen. At the same time, sorry, go ahead.
No, you got it.
At the same time, right? Like you said, you're losing your franchise player, right? You just went through a rebuild and fired everybody and hired a new GM, new coach, new coaching staff, right? You just went through a rebuild. Now you lose your franchise player. You can't turn around and lose your quarterback too. You see what I'm saying? So we had this discussion, what, 6 months, 8 months ago when we were talking about, are they going to keep DJ and let go of Saquon? And I was mad saying, no, if you get rid of Saquon, you got to get rid of DJ because I was being passionate at that moment, not thinking, but business wise, you get rid of your quarterback and your running back, and you just started a rebuild 2 years ago. Now you're resetting to a rebuild again.
Yeah. What are you selling the fans, right?
Yeah, nothing. You selling the fans nothing, bro.
You gonna get free medium Pepsis out again? The fuck?
Yeah, I mean, but I just appreciate his honesty. And John Mara is back smiling again. John Mara, after that whole Joe Judge fiasco, he was like walking around like, shoot, he only had a couple of years left to live. See, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm just glad he's back in good spirits. He's on the field smiling with Joe Shane and Dabo. So obviously there's no rift between Mara and Dabo and Shane. People are trying to put out there because DJ is still here and Barkley's not here. So
I don't think that's the case.
I just appreciate his honesty.
Videos to create controversy, to try to clickbait people, man. Just be pulling shit out of the air. Don't even be real. That's the difference between the Big Blue Crew Sports Network and everybody else. What we say comes to fruition because we actually do research, we watch film, we do analytics, we study, and we go through a thought process and carry it through from point A to point B all the way through. We don't just pluck myths out of the air and give you craziness. You know what I mean? So
I thought y'all.
Yeah, nah, you good.
What's going on, Katie? Crowd
salute
favorite.
To crowd favorite. Appreciate you tapping in. Kevin Donkey. Appreciate you.
Just covered your face up, cuz, coming on here with that tank top.
Right. These
But
46-inch pythons.
But yeah, John Mara, speaking to the media, like you said, Pat, definitely appreciate that from Mara. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I had a conviction on what Mara was doing behind the scenes, and Hard Knocks showed me that I was right. But I don't have that same conviction. I don't think he's meddling. I think in the past, this is what I think in the past with John Mara. I think John Mara was being an owner, and he had incompetent general managers and coaches.
Yep.
And when you have dysfunction like that, you're gonna get involved as an owner. You're like, hold up, what the fuck's going on here? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting emails from fans and shit like this. Like, this ain't cool. So now that makes you get involved. And I think he was heavily involved in a lot of decisions under the Dave Gettleman era. I think when he brought in
OBJ left was because he was calling out Gettleman and all that. It came out. Other guys from that team said actually he was calling out the fuckery, and that's why he was blackballed in the locker room. It was Gettleman and OBJ. That was dysfunction. Gettleman was a my way kind of guy, or didn't want to listen or compromise or take advice, and thought he can just run the show with his Boston ass. You never bring a Boston dude to New York. I don't know what the fuck.
Facts. Yeah, that was weird, man. But I agree with that. But again, what Mara said here, the key thing that he said in this interview I just played, y'all can go watch this on Twitter or on the Giants website. They both have a conviction. Like, they're on the same page. The general manager and the coaches are on the same page. They have a shared conviction. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have this infighting. So you feel comfortable them doing their job because they're on the same page. They're like, this is what we want, Mr. Mara. Let us go get this done. Okay, cool. You agree with it, Joe? Yeah. What about you, Brian? Yeah. What about you, Shane? Yeah. What about you, Kafka? So they're all on the same page. And that as a owner, that makes you feel good, and it gives you confidence in what it gives you peace of mind to say, all right, I know these guys are doing it the right way. I know they're doing the right thing. I know they're all on the same page. I know their draft process is thorough. I know their free agent process is thorough. You know what I'm saying? People can talk shit.
You probably got if it wasn't, you'd have Shane coming in saying, man, Dable's giving me a hard time. I want this guy. He's doing this. Dable's coming in, man, I can't work with this Shane guy. He shuts down all my ideas. Then you got Shane Bowen going in there. Man, these guys don't want to let me get the guys I need to run my defense. Like, when you got that shit going on, you like, man, I got to step in.
That's why Wink Martindale had to go. Because they're not trying to have that type of shit. Because they've been dealing with it. They've been dealing with it.
When they first got here, when they first took over, they had to clear that shit out.
Right.
So like, we didn't hire somebody to bring the same shit back.
There you go.
Facts. Yeah, I believe that did happen. I do believe Wink shut down on the whole organization as far as the plan. Wink was doing his own thing. And that's why you would hear Brian Dable like, damn it, Wink. Like, we were trying to do this in order to do this. And Wink was like, man, I'm doing my own thing. I'm Wink. You know what I'm saying? And let's be honest. Wink did do a very good job with that defense down the end of the stretch of that 2022 season. He did.
Yeah.
But and 2023, I'm sorry, 2023. But it's the camaraderie that they were losing. And John Mara sat on the side of Joe Shane and Dabo because they were conjoined. They were together. And that makes you feel a little at ease when you're an owner that doesn't want to take control of everything like a Jerry Jones. So everybody could get that Jerry Jones stuff out of their minds with John Mara. I think John Mara was just doing the only thing that he could do is like, okay, you guys can't come up with a decision. I'll just make the decision and we'll just roll with it. Thank you guys. Get out my office. This is pissing me off.
Yeah.
And this is
like,
just
seriously.
tea. This is just tea. The sweet tea.
Got you.
Because I saw myself on Carolina. That was like a long chug, and usually every other time
this wine glass and everything. Yeah.
Where's my money? Let me tell you, you got a point. You got a point with your pinky. Let me tell you something. Let me tell
you. And Tudo, I was gonna read that for you, NYG. He says, no, NYG 22 with much love and respect, mate, but we don't agree with you, mate. Moran Mara said that because he made all the wrong decisions and turned out the fuckeries of the century, and now he allows the GM and head coach make all the decisions now. But Tudo, you just said what we just said. We're not saying that Mara made the right decisions. He made the wrong decisions because he's not a guy that's supposed to be doing decisions like
right?
We were saying that he put himself in that position to make those decisions by making the wrong decisions on the GM and the coaches.
Hiring dysfunctional people.
Yeah. We're not taking any responsibility from John Mara. We're still blaming him for for what happened during that time. We were just explaining what was going on.
I like how he spelled fuckeries in it.
Yeah.
I'm using that.
Nobody's gonna make John Mara out to be this great hero or anything. No, we're just explaining.
I definitely ain't. Yeah, I've been
Mara
one
still has a lot of things about him that I question, but
I
know
the fact
now
he wanted
why
to draft
he was
another
doing
running back early. Like, what are you talking about, John?
You want to know how
Sit your ass down.
dysfunctional? Hey, NYG, you want to know how dysfunctional this team was? The whole situation about the draft when we got Kadarius Toney.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying? Like, if Gettleman had his way, Parsons would be a giant right now. But Joe Judge didn't want that. They wanted a receiver, and they panicked and trade back and panicked and grabbed Kadarius Toney. And so now they say, okay, now you can go get your guy, Dave Gettleman. We got our guy. Go get your guy. And he got Ojulari in the second round. You see what I'm saying? Like, they were having drafts about people getting their own guys, and it wasn't a conglomerate of getting guys for the team. It's like, okay, I'm gonna get my guy, and you go get your guy this round, or it doesn't. It shouldn't work like that.
And obviously, it doesn't work like that.
His laptop never turned on. He needs to pay his bills now. Hopefully, Miz can get that laptop working. But Yeah, no, I agree, man. It's
Miz be stressed out.
yeah,
I
it's
do.
Nah, Miz went in the house and this girl said, "You can't do that right now. We got to do this." That's what happened.
Well,
Hey, Kevin Donches, just to answer this quick question by Kevin Donches, he says, "Do you think the Evan Neal injury set the line back?" No, I think it made it better. I'll be honest with you. I think the Evan Neal injury made the line better.
yes.
he made his body made the decision for Dave Ball and Shane. So they didn't. So because if you would have been fully healthy and then be like, nah, we running with Illuminor, Runyon, and all of that.
Yeah.
And this is from somebody I was on my soapbox for Evan Neal when it was his time to get drafted and everything. I thought he was going to be the savior of all saviors. You know what I'm saying? But I was wrong. I was wrong. But with him, the hell was that? Well, excuse me, y'all. Sorry, hold on.
I have no
Right.
I have no idea. But so next up, I want to take some. I want to listen to Jalen Hyatt. A couple comments that Jalen Hyatt made, and so
Dang on kids making all this noise. I heard like a conch shell in my background. Like he was like, ooh.
I know. What was that?
I was like, this fucking Moana just came to our TV.
So, man, you on an island or something?
Hey, man.
Yeah, was that the boat? The boat's pulling up. All
right, y'all gotta go. I gotta get back to my.
It's a fucking pirate on the side.
Nobody knows what's going on in J-Lay house, man. This just you never know what can happen.
Yeah, you never know.
Cruise ship pulled up to his house.
Were you at the port?
Yeah, man. I got the East Bay right out this window. Right? Just leave out my window, get on the ferry, and go.
Yeah.
Please stop cutting down my coconuts.
Yeah. Hey, next time you see me, I got dreadlocks. We're going, boy.
That man got a time machine over there.
Yo, but let's get it. Let's talk to. Let's listen to Jalen Hyatt here as he talks about Malik Neighbors.
What does he do well that helps him do that?
He's confident. He's confident in his work. He has great hands. He's explosive. Not only that, he can run routes. He's big, physical. Run after catch. He can do all of it. And what he has done is raise that receiver room. And proud that we got him in the draft. He's one of my best friends now. Just knowing him, and not only that, he's an SEC guy. So I played against him. And I'm just proud of what he's done. We all need to keep working, keep doing what we have to do. But proud that we got him.
What does he do well that helps him do that?
So you hear there Jalen Hyatt talk about Malik Neighbors, and you also heard Lou pause him, which I don't think he heard you, Lou, but
explosion is crazy.
But anyway, man. So you talked about him saying how Malik Neighbors was able to raise the wide receiver room. That is important. This is something that I've talked about. Pat, you've been talking about it. And the effect that Malik Neighbors is gonna, I had a clip, a short where we was talking about how Malik Neighbors is able to elevate the other receivers on the team, and you hear Jalen Hyatt himself say that just now. Say what we all been saying, how Malik Neighbors is gonna be able to elevate the wide receiver room and how he's making all these other guys better. Jalen Hyatt mentioned like that's his best friend now. Great. We want that, bro. We want y'all to grow in this Giants offense together and both be dogs. You know what I'm saying? And you can see Jalen Hyatt's confidence. He looks way more confident this year than he did last year in his rookie season.
I want to add something to that, NYG. Probably nobody's really going to talk about it, but in this interview, in a couple of interviews that he did, I saw a lot of humility and a lot of honesty and a lot of, I know what it is. Like, that's kind of hard for a guy that's already been on the team for a couple of years or a year or two for a rookie to acknowledge that he's the best guy in the room. That's kind of hard to do. And I'm glad they're able to do that because everybody knows that he's the best receiver in the room because he's just that good. And they're going to follow his lead. And he's a rookie. He's never stepped on the field. He's never been in the play or anything. But those guys like Hyatt and Robinson and Slayton to a certain extent, they all know who's the guy. And that's going to help this team. There's nobody out there on the field but like, man, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to be better than Neighbors, and I'm going to do this because Neighbors ain't all that. No, you can look in his face and he already knows that the best I could be on this team is the number 2 because Neighbors is the number 1. If you have guys on your team that know their roles, you can have a very good team. So I'm glad to see that. You can look at his face. He knows the way he's talking. You're like, yeah, that dude's it. He's him. There's nothing cool about that. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna get better, and I'm gonna use his energy to make myself better. Let's go out there and win some games. But everybody knows that Malik Neighbors is the number 1 receiver. Not
He's
just
that
because
guy.
of his draft status, because they know that he's just him. He's that good.
Bro, you see Deontay Banks, bro. He's been on him like white on rice the whole training camp. I mean, he'll get beat some plays where he's like a step where Malik Neighbors stepping to ahead, but for the most part, Banks is right there with every possible contested pass, and Neighbors is still catching the ball.
Right.
He's still catching. Cause I mean, you can even see when there was one pass where Neighbors got up and he's talking, and Banks is just like, fuck, dog. Like, I'm there.
What else do I got to do?
What else?
He's my teammate, but I hate this guy.
Man.
But yeah, I'm just proud to see that out of Jalen Hyatt because I know deep within himself, he knows that he can be a number 1 receiver in this league if he gets everything and put it together. But he has enough humility within himself to know that, hey, he's just that dude.
Yeah, don't
beat off him.
And like we talked about, Pat, with the
facts
when we was asking about who is the leader on offense, and you remember I said his Neighbors. This kind of proves what I've been talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna have to be Malik Neighbors is gonna have to lead this team on the offensive end. Now defensively, we got dogs. I get it. But offensively, I don't see nobody out there with not just the talent, but with the swag and that it factor that Malik Neighbors has. And Jalen Hyatt has alluded to that as well. So
I just hope that he doesn't, because like a lot of alpha receivers are a lot of alpha players. When shit doesn't start going well, if DJ keeps on overthrowing them or underthrows them, or he's not getting what he's wanting out of this situation, hopefully he doesn't go bad.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. And that's what Dable and them kind of talked about in the Hard Knocks series, where they was like, look, we love that dog, you know what I'm saying? Just corral it a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just corral it a little bit. You don't want to alienate your teammates, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think Neighbors gets it too. I think he gets it. You're gonna see some fire. You know, there might be some instances where, you know, you might see him be a little demonstrative on the sideline, but I think he gets it though from a standpoint of like, look, you know, I'm out here. I'm trying to. You see the relationship that he's building with Daniel Jones, and so, you know, I think they're gonna have a good relationship. I don't worry too much about that, and I think Daniel Jones can take it. You know, I don't think he's gonna be the type player to fire back like, "Fuck you, Malik." You know what I'm saying? You should have caught that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's not gonna do that. So it works well. It doesn't work well. You know, sometimes when you have
shit.
I wouldn't be mad if I heard DJ shut the fuck up one time, or you know what I'm saying?
You don't want to arguing. You don't want
No, but
you know what
I'm saying, but I want to hear him
like, stop bitching and catch the ball then.
Yeah, something. Yeah, like do your part. Do your part, something. Because he just be sitting there with that dummy look on his face whenever he's getting yelled at, and they're like, fuck, bro.
Yeah, we talked about that too with Daniel Jones, but again, it's some dudes just do it different, man. Eli Manning was one of those dudes too. That he just led in a different way. So
lead through your actions.
Let's speaking of Daniel Jones, let's listen to Hyatt here. And this is the last clip I'll play. Him talking about Daniel Jones and the confidence that Daniel Jones has this year.
What have you seen from Daniel that strikes you?
Confident. He looks confident. Just to see him running, I'm just so proud of him. I seen what he went through last year, all the injuries and what he's done this offseason. I'm just proud of what he has done, and I can't wait to watch him play. We, as receivers, we want to be confident for him so he could just throw it. And we just make plays, and that's what we try to do in that receiver room to give him that confidence. And just every day, you just got to keep working it. So I'm proud of what he has done so far.
What have you seen from Daniel?
So, again, you talked about Jalen Hyatt. Jalen Hyatt talked about making plays, the receivers making plays, so Daniel Jones can have confidence. So he has to go out there and think, and he can just throw it, play free. You know what I'm saying? This is what Pat been talking about. I've been talking about, Lou, the whole Big Blue crew. Your receivers have got to make plays for your quarterback. There's not just going to be, you're not just going to be wide open with 6 yards of separation on every fucking play.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You got to make a fucking play. And I'm fucking fired up that Jalen Hyatt understands that shit. You know what I'm saying? Malik Neighbors understands that shit. They're not just going to go out there and throw their hands up and then when you throwing the ball, you know what I'm saying? So, bro, make a fucking play. Everything is not going to be perfect. It is going to be plays where you're wide the fuck open. And there's going to be plays where you're going to have to make a contested catch. And Jalen Hyatt saying about Daniel Jones, about giving him confidence in that receiver room. Remember, he said the receiver room. He didn't say, me, Jalen Hyatt, I'm this, that, and the third. Jalen Hyatt spoke in a group-like manner. So we know that all of them in that room, they're like, yo, we gotta make a play for Daniel. We gotta make a play for our quarterback. This is how we gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? And it's giving Jones confidence.
Yeah, that goes hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
If your receiver's showing you that they can go up there and make plays for you, it's up to the quarterback to give them the ball in order to make those plays.
Mm-hmm.
So what Hyatt is really talking about here is, hey, look, we're going to go out there, and the times that Daniel Jones does throw it to us in coverage, we're going to go up there and get the ball for him so he can continue to do that, to know that, hey, look, we got your back out here. It don't have to be perfect, DJ. Just throw us the ball and just put it in the area. Let me go get it. I'll go get it for you. That's when good quarterbacks become great. You want to see a quarterback that doesn't do that and is still putting up stats? The only quarterback that I see that does that consistently is Josh Allen. He's the only quarterback that I know that goes out there and just makes plays for his receivers, throwing it off 1 foot before going out of bounds and stuff like that. And even he had Stephon Diggs that he had that trust in to go get it. You know what I'm saying? And he made plays to him. So now that Malik Neighbors is out there, and I do believe Jalen Hyatt is going to become one of those guys because he has a lot of pride, bro. That dude right there has a lot of pride. Mm-hmm. He's a coach's son. He works his ass off, and he's not going to want to get left out. No, he wants to be in those celebrations with Malik Neighbors and Wan'Dale Robinson. He wants to be one of the guys that people call upon.
He
does. You like the little version of Evan Ingram. That's exactly what
Evan Ingram's little brother.
But don't let his little small slight frame fool you. That little dude works, bro.
Oh no, and like we said, having Malik Neighbors is gonna get infectious because when you got a guy out there showing out and you're competitive, you're gonna want to go out there and show out. That shit rubs off. Paul.
It does.
And that's only gonna make them better.
That's what a lot of sports, you know what I'm saying? Like even when
they start defeating them DBs, that's gonna make the DBs want to play harder. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make the whole team better. It's a trick.
That's why it's a team game. It's a team game. I mean, it's just like with any sport, with baseball. You know what I'm saying? When I play baseball, one dude gets a double or a triple or even a home run. You try to go out there and knock another one. You know what I'm saying? Somebody on defense gets a big hit. You trying to get a sack and a big hit or a strip fumble or something like that. It's the competitive nature of people that play sports, of athletes. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to always outdo your boys. You know what I'm saying? And if everybody's trying to outdo each other and you're being successful in that, then that's how you win games.
Yeah. Like this comment here by Bookend Tackles. Shout out to you guys in the chat. I see all of you. There's a lot of people in the chat, so I can't read every comment. I'm reading them, but I can't read every comment because we'll be like 8 hours on the show. But so don't feel like I'm curbing you. I see all you guys' comments. Just one. What's good with you, man? Appreciate you tapping in. But who else we got? Gaming Guard. Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate your support. But I like this comment here from Bookend Tackles. He says DJ's leadership comes from his work ethic, first in, last out, coming from a bad injury in record time and not missing a snap in camp. Again, you know what I'm saying? People lead in different ways. You know what I'm saying? So when Eli was here, he didn't necessarily have to be that leader in the beginning because you had Strahan and you had those veterans on the offensive line. You had Amani Tuma in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? You had when he first got here, Tiki Barber. So, you know, he didn't have to be that. When Daniel Jones got here, it was Daniel Jones. We ain't got, it's you, Daniel. Like, you know what I'm saying? You were the 6th overall pick. We need you to take control and be the leader of this team. That's not the case. That's not who he is. He's more of a quiet, silent type of leader. And, you know, some guys, you know, feed off that and respect that. But you also need the fiery, you know, swag, get you hype type of leadership as well. And that's where Malik Neighbors is going to come into effect. It's not taking nothing away from Daniel Jones. He's just not that guy.
And there's two things that I want to answer to before we get out the chat. To those next comment. He says, Pat, just to bring to your attention, you might not know, mate, if you've ever noticed, Moran Mara always surrounds himself with the Giants beat reporters who are on his payroll, and he's never faced any freelance reporters. I think he faces the same reporters as everybody with Mara. It's the thing that it's not too many people that's gonna get access to the owner. To be honest with you. I think the most accessed owner is Jerry Jones. Is that's because he wants all that attention. But you'll rarely ever see John Mara come out and do interviews. You may do like 4 or 5 interviews throughout the year. You might get 4 or 5 clips of him in the damn games throughout the year. So that may be true. I don't know, Tudo. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I just think that only certain people have access to the owner. He's the owner for a reason.
Yeah.
So. And then Aquarius, Leviathan Prophecy, his next one. He said, this is not college defense. Neighbors is going against huge difference. Receiver is the easiest position to translate into the game, bro. You notice how many receivers come into the league in their first year? They're like, man, he's a top receiver. Because receiver is footwork. Receiver is you. It's like the only thing that stops a receiver is a quarterback that can't throw on the ball. That's it. Other than that, your route running, your speed, your acceleration, your quickness, that's you out there. You determine that. Just like an offensive lineman. You can be dominant from day one if your footwork and everything is correct when you first come out. Because that's a you on the other person battle. It's mano-a-mano out there. Some of the only positions that are mano-a-mano. Now, the scheme can hurt a receiver a little bit, yes. But for the most part, it's you versus that DB. And that DB does not know where you're going. So if you can run your routes and everything and make it look like one route and run another one and get open, guess what? You're going to get the ball. You got Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. T. Higgins did it when he came out. Wilson. Only reason why Wilson ain't getting them yards like that because shit, he ain't had the quarterback to get it to him.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Still
saying?
getting over 1,000.
Yeah,
Still
you got
getting over a stack.
Yeah, you got Puka Nakal coming out, just destroying shit. like setting records for rookies and everything. Like receivers come out every year.
Yeah. Yep. Receivers come out every year, man. But unfortunately, offensive linemen don't. So I mean, it's one of those things where, you know, a lineman does take a little bit longer to develop, you know, than a guy like a position like a receiver. You know what I mean? Quarterback is something else that takes a while to develop. You know, even though people want instant instant production. You know, it takes a while for guys to actually, you know, most guys to get up to speed with the nuances of the game and the plays and different things like that. So I'm happy to see confidence with this team. You know what I'm saying? Because I think they got shell shocked last year.
Yeah,
you know, they got shell shocked, man. And you know, when you getting beat down like that, game after game, it can take a toll on your psyche, on your confidence. You know what I'm saying? Your team morale. You know, so to have these guys confident as they are, I have to tip the cap to the head coach.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. You know, I was a big critic of Brian Daboll last year. But again, to have these guys on the same page, to have these guys coming in here ready to go, to have your locker room under control, to where people know you are the head coach. You don't have Wink Martindales and Wilkins brothers in the background undermining you. It's your team. It's your team. Same thing with Daniel Jones. There's no Barkley here. This is your receivers. This is your group. You know, you're the longest tenured player here, along with Slayton. You know, so hey, there's no diva type situation here. Just go out there, guys, and play football as a team. And that's what I'm liking right now. It seems more like a team camaraderie feeling with this team
For
in
sure.
training camp.
Everybody's on the same page, it seems like.
And so
Seems
that's
like,
why,
man. Fingers crossed.
Well, that's why I like to play some of these clips, you know, because people will just read the quote and won't even listen to the clip and the tone and the demeanor and the expression of some of these players. And like Pat said, you know, you see a confident player in Jalen Hyatt, and you know, he's humble. He knows Malik is the guy here. You know what I'm saying? But you know, just reading comments, you're not gonna be able to get that type of feel and that type of vibe. You know, I'm all about reading like vibrations and frequencies and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Just getting a feel for. That's why it's so important for me to meet you in person. You know, that's why me and Pat and Lou are able to do what we do, because you know we got to meet each other in person and know, hey, this is a real dude. You know what I'm saying? I could check him, his vibration. You know what I'm saying? Off rip. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of that, don't you got a game every year that y'all go to? Which one is it gonna be this year?
November 3rd.
November 3rd.
Giants. No, the Giants are playing at home, so they're hosting the Commanders.
Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
And
we
Kevin,
should win.
Kevin Doncic, I told you that we weren't going to be having no negative cat room. He's still talking about our current space is still very, very quick. What are you talking about? We got over $9 million.
They're very healthy cat wise.
Right. I keep trying to tell you, better stop listening to them dudes.
Yeah, you gotta remind yourself, like, money comes off the books. Even right now, the Giants have $9 million. That's why we was talking about signing a cornerback. Miz was saying earlier. So we're not up against the cap at all. You know what I'm saying? The Giants, and the way Shane structures contracts is they're only for 2 to 3 years, and you can get an out. So if players don't perform, or if he needs to redo a deal,
with the dead cap space, KD.
He can definitely do that.
That's with the dead cap space. People think that dead cap space comes off the cap number. No, it's you only saved a certain amount of money from that player, and the dead cap only allows you to say that. Like, say if the person's cap is 30 million and their dead cap is 22 million. That means you're only going to save 8 million by cutting that person. You're not losing any money. You're just only gaining a certain amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
The dead cap hit is just like you said. It's what you're paying the player if you were to cut him.
Yeah,
that's all.
You're not going to get that 30 million back from cutting that player. You're only going to get 8 million of that 30 million. That's what that means. It's not. Yeah. Like, that's I don't know what you guys think about dead cap. Y'all better stop listening to those negative Nancy dudes. They're trying to tell you everything. The whole world is falling every time the Giants make a move or something, bro. Believe me, if the cap was that bad, the New Orleans Saints wouldn't even be a team anymore.
Man,
they'd be like 100 million over the cap every year, bro.
Yeah,
like y'all gotta learn the meaning of these things. Oh, that's dead cap. That means that money's coming off that $9 million that we have. No, sir.
Yeah.
We got that $9 million because we cut that player, and we just didn't get all the money back that we're paying that player because you still have to pay that player. So if we cut Daniel Jones next year, yeah, there's a $20 million dead cap hit, but we saved $22 million.
Yeah, the dead cap hit. I'm looking at it right now. The dead cap hit is $22 million. If you cut Daniel Jones next year, if you wait till 2026, it's only $11 million. That's what I was saying. Is a chance, depending on how this shit works out, that, you know what I'm saying, it might be beneficial for the Giants to wait another year and hold on to Daniel Jones until 2026. And maybe they draft a rookie and let him be the bridge, you know, like we talked about last year. Maybe they draft a rookie next year, let him be the bridge and just hold on, and then let him go in 2026 where you only taking $11 million.
And there you go again, KD. Oh, Daniel Jones will be here because of cap reason. Sir, no, they save money.
I'm just explaining it to you. I'm just explaining it to you, dog. Next year, they can save money, but you're still taking a dead cap hit of $22 million.
It's like sending money on Cash App. Somebody send you money on Cash App. They send you $50. And you look at your account, you only got $46. That was a dead cap, $4.
Yeah, exactly the point. So again, now
Daniel Jones contract. That's all people worry about.
Next 2026, they can save 11. They only paying $11 million on the dead cap hit. So you're gonna save about
like
40
something
million dollars. Yeah. Next year it'll only be 19 because the cap hit is 41 and the dead cap is 22.
Yeah, let's just say the Giants have that $9 million going into next year and they cut Daniel Jones. That means the cap that they save from Daniel Jones, which would be $20 million, I believe, it will have $29 million. That's it. You're just not getting a huge refund. You're getting only half the money that you paid him back because you have to pay him for being here. You're not losing money by cutting players. Like, what do you gain money? It's just the amount of money that you gain from them.
You lose when you cut players too early. Like this year, you would have lost because your cap hit would have been 69 million. I mean, your cap hit is 47 million. Your dead cap is 69 million. So you're paying $12 million to cut them. You're not saving anything.
What's that Willy Wonka meme? You lose. Good day, sir.
Yes.
You want to look at it? You want to look at a quarterback contract? You want to look at a quarterback contract?
Nothing, sir.
Yeah.
You want to look at a quarterback contract that a team can't get out of after a couple of years? And that's Jalen Hurts' contract.
Ooh, it's nasty.
Oh, and Pat, I'm willing to bet Joe Schoen is going to restructure Daniel Jones' contract. Yeah, because he's going to throw 42 touchdowns and run for 8. And they're going to restructure him and make him a top 10 quarterback. That's why he's going to get his contract restructured.
Yeah, man. But that's it though. That's it, man. That's what we're talking about here. You know, you can cut Daniel Jones, but the savings is not going to be some astronomical savings. You're going to save about half. Yeah, you're going to save about half. But if you cut them in 2026, you save a lot more.
Yeah, I'm done with it. Oh, we're already restructured Dexter's contract. Look at that. What does that mean, sir? They restructured Dexter's contract because he set the contract good enough to where he could restructure and still be good. Just in case they wanted to get some extra money to sign somebody. Look at the whole, do some research. That's what I want to say. Do some damn research. I'm done with it. If you're not doing research, stop talking about the cap. Because you have to do research.
So right now, without any cuts, any restructures, or anything, just per spot track, the Giants have $34.4 million in cap space next year. That's 15th. So they're good. They're good. And like I said, that's without cuts, restructures, and, you know, different things like that. So
you think Graham Gano's gonna make $8 million next year in his contract? No.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got
good no.
Yeah,
right. Better to know that he's not gonna get there.
Yeah, you got not Nunez, Roches, and some of these other cats, on 1 year on deals that can be cut. So again, the top players right now are Jones, Burns, Dex, and Andrew Thomas.
You know why they restructured Dex's contract, sir? To pay Brian Burns. To bring in a guy that's going to make damn near $30 million. Do your research, sir.
And I bet you if they restructure Daniel Jones's contract, it's going to be to bring in an offensive player. Yeah. That's how Joe Schoen works.
That's how the cap works, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The salary cap is massive. Yeah. Yeah. Saints and Eagles. Exactly, man. Exactly. D-Dan says, I'm thinking Malik 1,000 yards, Wan'Dale 700, Hyatt 500 to 600. Yeah, I mean that's easy. That's easy. Mm-hmm. I think Wan'Dale's gonna get a lot of catches. He might be over 100 catches, but I think the yardage is gonna go to Neighbors and guys like Hyatt and Slayton. Don't forget about Slayton, man. I know y'all people are down on Slayton, and excited about Hyatt, and I am too. You know what I'm saying? Don't think that I'm like, trying to push Hyatt to the side. I'm just saying it's.
Hold on, man. You dudes are crazy. So why did we get rid of Leonard Williams? It wasn't because of cap reasons, sir. Leonard Williams wanted to get the hell out of here. He's older.
Yeah.
They actually went to Leonard Williams and say, hey, do you want to go play for a contender? And they got rid of him because the Seahawks gave him a second-round pick. Mm-hmm. That wasn't because of cap reasons, sir. That was mid-season. Mm-hmm. What are we talking about here?
Says I think Malik's gonna eat off them slot fades. Yeah, what is it about him being in a slot? He's always been a mismatch. Good comment, franchise, because I think they are going to put him in the slot. I think they are going to put him outside. I think they are going to
put him everywhere.
And yeah, he's going to be a matchup nightmare for whoever's out there on the field.
Bro, they just gonna be able to move him to the weakest point. Like it's gonna motion him to the weakest point.
Put him on a weakest point.
I don't want to get too excited or nothing, but I'm really, because we do this every year. But I really don't. I don't see, because last year it was like, who's gonna guard Waller and Saquon, and what I'm saying. But now it's like, really though, you got a healthy Wan'Dale. He was already giving motherfuckers headaches. You got Jalen Hyatt coming to his second year. At the very least, he's a burner over the top. Very least. And now you got this X factor with Neighbors that's just about to be able to zoom around everywhere. And then who knows if Theo Johnson, catches a couple first downs. That'll be enough.
And you said how much cap room we had next year?
Right now, before the cap goes up, like Jay Freeze mentioned in there, it might go up to 270 because right now you're at 238-ish. Right now we got 34 million.
And so the cap goes up and the cap goes up to around like 270, which is predicted. That's like another 20-something million, right? Because you said it's at 238.
238. So
that's 30. That's 32 million.
32 million, yeah.
So we might have
64
million in cap space before we had to do anything. So imagine if Daniel Jones doesn't play well, we get another 20 million right there. We almost like the Bears at 100 million. What are you dudes talking about? Like, what are you dudes talking about, bro? Stop listening to Online Tim, Big Blue, and all those dudes. They're telling you this because they're bitter because they want the Giants to be back so DJ can leave. And so they create problems that are not even there.
That's crazy.
False narratives. False narratives is what it is. The Giants are
fake news.
One of the
fake news.
Go ahead, Jay.
Right.
No, my bad. I was just making a joke. I just said fake news. Fake news.
Yeah. No, it's Joe Schoen. Part of the reason why he was brought in here was to get the cap right. Now we talking about John Mara and different. What do you think one of John Mara's concerns is? The fucking money. So they're gonna make sure that this cap shit is correct. And that was one of the things he was talking about paying. See. This is why I lose my fucking mind. Hold up, real quick.
So why we couldn't get a quarterback too? Why we couldn't pay Adoree? Maybe they didn't want Adoree here, sir.
Well, y'all want to pay Saquon Barkley. You want to pay Adoree Jackson. You want to pay McKinney. You want to pay this guy, that guy, and this guy, and that guy.
Isn't Adoree still out there?
Yeah, he is. You know?
For a reason?
Yeah, why? Because he's getting toasted last year on the field.
Yeah, Adoree's still out there. And yeah, the cap is at 254 now, so it can't be at 238. It is at 254. So it'll go up 16 million.
That was for 2025. But yeah, so
we'll still have around $50 million next year.
Mm-hmm.
While we could pay Adoree, what cornerback two out there that you want? Xavier Howard has his issues going on with something serious. Gilmore wants to play with a contender. What cornerback two is out there that you want them to get?
Yeah, but again, we want to pay all these players, but we want to complain about cap.
Yeah,
that's cap, pun intended.
That's absolute cap. Oh, why we couldn't pay this player? Why every team loses players every year? Like, are we the only team that loses players?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Adoree
Right,
Jackson.
Ghost.
If they wanted Adoree Jackson will be here. That's a fact. They wanted to see what the youth movement has. They want to see what Cordell Flott has. Like, you complain about these players, and then you complain about the Giants not re-signing these same players that you complain about.
That's what's crazy.
We lack depth on the team because our drafts have been trash. You don't get depth on your team through free agency. You get depth on your team by drafting very good. Our drafts have been trash way before Joe Shane and Dabo got here.
Yeah. The CB2 thing, I think, again, first of all, there's still players out there on the market. As we mentioned, you guys got to listen up a little bit. As we mentioned earlier, Miz actually mentioned it, we think they do need a veteran cornerback. But you're not going to get one at 15, 16, 17, $18 million a year. You're going to have to get a veteran for like the veteran minimum. That's what the Giants are looking for. Now, it don't have to be a name, because a name is just a name. I seen guys like Fabian Moreau come in here and play solid. What's the other cat? The Williams cat they bought in here a couple years ago that came off the scrap heap and played solid.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? Nick McLeod has been solid. So it's not necessarily, it doesn't have to be this big outrageous name. You got to remember, we have one of the best defensive back coaches in the league, and Jerome Henderson.
And so if they have talent, he will bring it out.
He's going to make this secondary. They're going to put the guys out there on the field that they're going to get the job done. That's why they benched goddamn Trey Hawkins last year. They're not going to trot guys out there that's going to be getting burnt toast all game long every day, unless they just don't have no other option. So they're going to play the best guys. I have confidence in that, and I have confidence in our defensive backs coach to get the most out of said players. So we don't have to necessarily bring in a Gilmore or a Adoree Jackson. And another thing you guys have got to understand with veterans, when veterans come to a team and the team isn't necessarily doing good and they've already made their money and established their career, they sort of check out. And that's what you're seeing out of Adoree Jackson. That's why he pissed me off. And I really don't want him back on his team, unless it's absolutely necessary. He checked the fuck out so many games. Like, bro, we're watching the games and I'm seeing dude just like check out. Just let the motherfucker go by him. Like, you're better than that, bro. But again, when you're a veteran, you didn't made your money. The team's not winning, so you're not necessarily interested or focused. Yeah, shit like that happens. With young players, they got something to prove. So
one thing, you got it backwards. You got it backwards, Doncic. If we had the money, shouldn't the roster be filled with talent? Most rosters that are filled with talent throughout the whole roster normally don't have a lot of cap at the end of the season because they got to pay people, sir.
Not only that, they've been losing a lot to get a lot of talent. And bunch of first-round picks. Look at the Cleveland Browns.
Look at the Bears. They consistently have almost $100 million per year because they didn't have any talent. Now you're gonna see them only having like 20-something million per year because they got the talent on the team now.
Yeah.
Oh, not gonna lie, y'all finally starting to make sense now. I'm proud of y'all, dude. We've been making sense way before today, sir.
Facts, man. But
news that don't make sense. Oh, how come we couldn't sign this player? How come we couldn't sign that player? Maybe because they didn't want some of those players, sir. Yeah, the Eagles don't have a lot of cap.
Wait a minute. I've been accurate in all my predictions. So have they. With the exception of the other Malik.
Don't start, Lou, because I can pull your card too, bro. Exactly. You know I was gonna go there.
We all got our one. I had Evan Hill. You had Malik. You had who'd you have, Lou? Hutchinson, Adrian Hutchinson. Pat, what about you?
Man, I've had a couple. Bellinger right now is looking real scared about Bellinger right now.
Evan Neal, yeah.
I had my things about Evan Neal.
Players fuck up too.
Everybody messes up.
Right. We didn't have better talent. We didn't say we was 100%. We're just we're batting about 90, 95-ish.
You do know, sir, that they have no linebackers that they pay any money. Kelsey and Fletcher Cox retired. Brandon Graham's on the last year of his deal. And they just made the deal for freaking Jalen Hurts where he only has like an $8 million cap in his very first year of his contract. Like I said, do research before you start talking and be quiet if you don't know. I'm going to quit giving you guys.
It's okay to not know. It's okay to not know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's been plenty of times where I didn't, oh shit, I didn't know that. Oh, okay. Or, well shit, it's when you get mad because somebody has a different opinion than you rather than try to see it from that angle or see it for what it is. That's when you start sounding like an idiot. You know what I'm saying? If you think you know everything, you're already the stupidest person in the room.
Okay, if Mark Thompson wants to come on the show, he could just let us know. I guess Tudo said he's a New York Giants veteran.
Tudo knows him. Yeah.
And he wants to, if Mr. Mark Thompson wants to come on the show, just let us know. We'll put the link, give him the link. Pause.
Next week I'll be pause on that. But next week we'll be back with more Giants conversations. But I'm gonna start to close out here now. We right around 2 hours, so just gonna finish up the chat here. Say way more talent and still more cap. We'll see. The Eagles' time is coming. I'm telling you, their fucking time is coming. Their shit's gonna hit the fan real soon.
The
Bookends, they better get that chip soon.
Lose, right? When we bad, we lose. They be good and lose. That's the be good, we win. They be good and lose. So nothing even compare.
I think OBJ this is a different situation. We can't compare 10 years ago to today's team. I mean, you just can't do it. Eli Manning was here. We got Daniel Jones. The line is different. The coaching staff is different.
One last thing. I don't know who Gamer Guy is. He says, "No, y'all were sounding crazy for the last few years. Sound like y'all finally grew up." So we sounded crazy in 2022 when we told you that we were gonna have to go through the run game the first 8 weeks, and DJ was gonna pick it up and lead us to the playoffs that year. We were crazy too then, huh? We were off kilter. Everybody was saying, "You dudes are stupid."
Hey, that's back when I was still in the closet. Nigga, I was still inside a little closet. Remember, I had the little door behind me.
Say pause.
No, I'm talking about. I was in an actual closet, like I was in my apartment. Motherfucker. I moved up a little bit. I did.
But yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah, man. By the way,
by the way,
what? replay.
CONVO.
This is what you said right here at 5.
My first video, I told you guys Adoree Jackson was coming to the Giants. That was my first Giants video. And what happened? Adoree Jackson came to the Giants. Like, we've been hitting them out the park.
My first video,
Big Blue Crew Sports
I
Network.
said the Giants needed Darius Slayton. I got laughed at.
Yep. Me and NYG got laughed at in 2022 when we said we needed Darius Slayton. Guess who was the number 1 receiver? Darius Slayton. Guess who was the number 1 receiver last year? Darius Slayton.
I wasn't even making videos back then. I was still just watching.
Thompson, follow us on Twitter.
Yep.
That way we can send you the link next Sunday when he goes live, okay? So Unpopular Opinion Sports on Twitter, G Nation Inside Sports on Twitter, Big Pat Sports Talk on Twitter. J-Lay, you got a Twitter?
Nah.
Okay. Coach Ed on Twitter. Coach Ed.
I got an Instagram.
It's the largest dating app in the world, man. You married.
I got an Instagram. J Layton Comedy. J Layton Comedy on Instagram.
All right, that's business then. All
right, that's cool.
And listen to how negative these dudes are. Everybody talks about the 7-2 start, but not the 2-5-1 finish. We won a playoff game that year too, sir. And everybody talks about, hey, that don't count for DJ because we played the Vikings. But
if we talking
why
about
does it even matter?
If we talking about the 7-2 start, why y'all laughing at us? Because y'all was talking about we wasn't gonna make the playoffs.
You guys were even saying we weren't gonna get 7 wins, right?
Right. I predicted, man, and real quick, I predicted, and shout out to Lou, 11-6. That's the Big Blue Crew prediction. But when I did my breakdown for the season that year, guess how many wins I had the Giants? 9 wins.
Sure did. Yeah, I don't win it.
That's a fucking fact, and that's on video. I can pull it up for you. So that's don't act like we knew it. This shit, bro. Like I'm tapped in. We all are. You know, you think we a joke, but we tapped in for real.
Yeah, broken clock is right twice a day. Well, our
I'm
clock
the one with
be
the
broken
jokes.
all the time.
I'm the only motherfucker that jokes around
here. Well, our clock must be broken a whole lot, bro, because we've been right a whole lot. Draft picks, everything. But it is what it is, man.
That's okay. Yeah. Thank you. We appreciate you following and listening to the show.
Sure do.
And we're gonna wrap this thing up, man. Appreciate you, Mark Thompson. Like I said, get in touch with us on Twitter, and we'll be glad to have you up on the panel to talk some Giants. Yeah, Ghost. That is wild.
Yes, that was wild. Replay that.
Yep. Replay that. Yeah, we should be the Simpsons. We are fucking predicting shit like the Simpsons.
Right. Thanks.
All right, man. Let's close out here. We're gonna go around the room. Tell the people where they can find you at. Tell the people what you got going on this upcoming week. Lou, start with you.
Oh, you gonna pick when my son in here with the iPad playing Baby
I don't
Jingle.
know, cause you was like looking at the camera like you wanted to say something. So go ahead, let my man talk.
If y'all can hear his baby music or not, that's what I was doing. But going ham.
Hey, you know Jay Lay got an old soul. This man walking around the house in slacks and chains.
In church shoes.
Hey, man. Hey, man. I just got out of church, man. Hey, man, I'm trying to look good for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? I came home and said, trying to holler at y'all.
That man is a pimp.
Cornbread.
If you knew who my daddy was, man, if you knew who my daddy was, an actual, so I mean, hey, every time when I go back home, they be like, "You Uncle Philip's son." My daddy name was Philip. His nickname was Caviar because he was small, black, and expensive. I swear to God, that was his name, Caviar. Caviar. He was small, black, and expensive.
Oh man.
Something else,
Oh
man.
shit, man.
It's in me. It ain't on me. I didn't even try to do this. I just woke up. I just got dressed, man. Went to church. That's it. Now I'm pimping. Now I'm.
You know that dude got a switchblade in his pocket.
Yo, word, bro.
I got a razor blade in my mouth.
Says you know he got a switchblade in his pocket.
Oh
man, but yeah, y'all go ahead, man. Tell her where they can find you at. We're gonna close out.
Let me quit climbing around, man.
I'm at Jay Lathan. I'm at Jay Lathan Comedy on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Go follow me there. We got little jokes coming to you soon.
Got jokes and jokes and jokes and
Catch
jokes.
me tonight.
Whole lot of funnies.
Sports on YouTube, G Nation Inside Sports on all platforms, man. Tap in tonight at 10 o'clock for Sunday Night Football Talk with the Big Blue Crew Sports Network on G Nation Inside Sports. Catch me Saturday nights on Leather to the Face, where last night I went 15-0 with another accurate prediction of who would win the fight, Terrence Crawford. So now 15-0 with the fight predictions, man. Tap in for Leather to the Face. Thursday, we got the Big Blue Lounge. Wednesday, we got the True Big Blue Podcast with Big Pat Sports talking myself and Unpopular Opinion Sports. Tuesday, we got Heart of the City with Coach Ed Gladney, Unpopular Opinion Sports, and a plethora of Big Blue Crew Sports Network members. Alex usually hits you with the baseball and basketball content on Friday night.
Throughout the week.
I think it's throughout the week.
Yeah, it's
Alex,
throughout the week. But
see,
Alex is at training camp. So
Alex is at training camp.
That's why I've been tapping into his content.
Big Blue in the Bronx, Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports, Man Cave, Rodney Big Blue Corner, Miz in the Midday, Mac the Giants fan. Go ahead and subscribe to all of these guys, man, for the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. And until then, y'all already know what it is with me, man.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Pat. What you got going on this week, man? Tell the people they can find you at.
Oh man, you know I do New York Giants full access videos just about every day. And just like everywhere Lou just said, that's where more than likely I'll be at. I mean, we're a close-knit group, man. We're actual network, the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. That's what we are, and that's what we do. And yeah, just like our Game of God just asked, are we all in New Jersey and New York? That's how cool it is when you come to the show.
Everywhere.
Yeah, we're everywhere, all around. So it is what it is, man. That's how cool we are. We just got that chemistry, man. Pause. Everybody think that we're next door to each other, but it's not that. It's not the case.
Yep.
But you can catch us anywhere on the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, bro.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, Chevelle Hamilton. Respectfully, get them likes up. That's right. Hit that like button, man. For myself, for Big Pat Sports Talk, G Nation Inside Sports, Jay Lay, the G Way with Jay Lay, man. I'm gonna need some comedy from you, Jay.
Yeah, man. I'm going Monday. Look, I had peak season at work. You know what I'm saying? I went through peak season, made my little coins. You know what I'm saying? The last week and all that. So now we slowing back down. So now I'm going back to my open mic stuff. I'm gonna drop something for y'all. Actually, on Monday, I'm going to do some stand up. So I'll be doing that. I'll be at the Cookie Jar on 24th.
Cookie Jar. That sounds like a spot.
Yeah,
like boom room.
The show is called the Cookie Jar, ran by Miss Cookie. But the place is the Secret Group.
I gotta go to that show.
The venue is the Secret Group on 24th and Polk Street, downtown Houston, Texas. So come out there and get you some drinks and have you some funnies.
Absolutely, man. We definitely appreciate y'all, man.
No, I did not pick Cruz to win. I didn't give a fight prediction on the Cruz fight because I didn't know enough about the Jose Rayo kid. He just came from Mexico, so there's not a lot of information on him. So,
what happened with Crawford last night? I fell asleep.
Crawford won.
Of course, but did he beat the shit out of him, or was like?
Hey, I mean, he won 8-4. It was 116 to 112.
Okay.
And then 115 to 113 by the other two judges. So it was a unanimous decision.
Yeah. I fell asleep. I'm getting old.
I was fighting at 154 at a heavyweight class. The guy was game. He was a good boxer. He was just slower than Crawford. And
had him up.
Yeah. Slanted one way, but true boxing prevailed. But yeah, I didn't give a prediction on the Cruz fight because I didn't know about Rayo kid, but I was upset that he lost.
I saw Pitbull lost the Pitbull and then that dude Venezuela or
Rayo Venezuela, yeah.
yeah, Venezuela took his belt from you. After I seen that, I went and got me a drink and lay back down and was I was
Yeah,
gone. I was gone.
yeah, but definitely, man. But we gonna get out of here, man. Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m. You already know what it is. Heart of the City. Friday, Blacktop Podcast. 7:30, 8ish. Whatever time I get off work and get situated. And then Sunday, of course, back here at Giants Conversations. And I am everywhere the Big Blue Crew is. You know what I'm saying? Coach Ed, Read and Attack. Big Pat with the True Blue podcast, Big Blue Crew Lounge with Lou, Leather to the Face, and many more shows to come, many more ventures, man, that we're gonna be getting into, man. But you could always find your Giants content right here, Sunday morning, New York Giants Conversation, man. Definitely appreciate y'all. Appreciate each and every one of y'all in the chat. And you already know what it is. Like we always like to say, we're going to get up out of here, man, with them dubs, them deuces. Peace. Holla at your boy.
Peace.